We can't.
And we are live right now. We're gonna have to cut this out of the live shit. Yeah, just kidding. But, all right, guys. We are here from. This is actually a green screen behind us of my kitchen. So we're about to go live with episode 255 of GameSpeak Podcast. So y'all get ready for that.
With 55.
Invisible green screen.
Here we go.
Pretty realistic, right?
Yo, 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 and hello, and welcome to the 255th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeak youtube.com/createforsanity, and facebook.com/group/GameSpeak if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. Also, be sure to join the community in the GameSpeak Podcast Discord at dsc.gg/GameSpeak to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. And this show is two childhood BFFs and a brand new BFF bringing you all things video games. I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Al-Jafra, alongside Brent Bills Bass.
Whoa, dollar bills.
So many bills.
So appropriate, and I'll tell you why in a second. But first, we have Devin Dimes Mayer.
Damn.
It's all about the money. All about the money
I was
today.
thinking like dimes, like fine dimes. You know? Like you got a bunch of fine dimes. Dime pieces.
Yeah,
you know,
I got
perfect tens.
So many perfect
just
tens.
all the dimes.
Yeah.
You
All
know,
the dimes,
I'm a stud. See,
Yeah. I had to quickly correct that because I was like implying that you're, you know,
Got lots
I've
of
got bills
A d-
and you've just got dimes. That would be horrible. You know? When in reality, it's probably the opposite.
Oh, I was just thinking lots of drugs, but then
Yeah,
I was
could
also
go
thinking,
that direction.
that's a
dime,
whole
dime
other-
bags.
or Devin.
whole other
You could have
road
said
we
Devin
could've-
Dollars.
Oh my God, my microphone wasn't on that whole time.
That's
I'm just so loud that you could hear me anyways. Isn't that crazy? Well, shit.
At the same level that all of our voices are with our mics on.
Uh-huh.
No, I was gonna say Devin Dollars, like Brent Bills and Devin Dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Devin Dollars.
Devin Dollar Mayor.
What up?
What's
Drive by
up,
Joe.
Joe?
Wave.
Hey.
Oh God.
So, guys, can I tell you something that I've been waiting to tell you this whole time? I got to tell you how excited I am.
Oh,
Actually,
shit.
we're gonna get into the news. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's like skip
Fucking, no, but yesterday,
Uh-huh.
I was just at HEB, right?
Yeah.
You know? I'm just walking through HEB.
What could happen at
Yeah.
HEB?
Yeah.
All right, I'm okay.
A lot could happen at HEB,
Yeah,
but that's
that's
a whole
true.
nother road to go down. I walked past the lottery ticket thing, right? And I was like, I'm going to get a scratch off, you know? I had this vibe. I was like, I haven't bought a scratch off in like a long time. And I was like, today's the day. And I was like, but I'm going to play it big. I'm getting a $20 scratch off.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So I
Big
got a
spender.
$20 scratch off, and and I won $500 on it.
What?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I think,
Was it the Yoshi coin, dude?
It was the Yoshi
dude,
coin.
did you rub the Yoshi coin before?
I
you bought the
scratched it with the Yoshi coin.
Oh, even
Yeah.
more luck. Okay.
So
Damn.
I'm
think
just
you just
further
found, like, a
proving
glitch
the
to
Yoshi coin is like, I've gotten to the point where the Yoshi coin is so successful, so powerful that I only break it out when I like need
Really
it.
need
You know what I mean? Like if I'm like having like if it's just like a Wednesday and I'm going to work, I'm gonna leave the Yoshi coin at home because I don't want to waste its energy on a fucking Wednesday at work. You know what I mean? Like,
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Damn.
So $500. What you gonna do with that?
well, I bought a handgun earlier. I
Holy.
figure, you know,
That's
if
a good investment.
there's about to be a war, you know, then
you need
I'll
to be ready.
I'll
You
be
need to
ready.
prepare.
You know?
It's
No,
like you got a
no,
handgun.
actually, I went
Hell
to
yeah.
go buy ammo for the gun that I already have, but I
Oh,
realized.
so you spent all the $500 on that then?
Well,
right?
no, I got a cheap handgun, but like I
I was talking
Really
about
cheap.
expensive munitions, but yeah.
Oh yeah, well no, I was just gonna go buy like a little bit of bullets, but apparently bullets are not easy to come by if you
No.
have like exotic ammunition that you're looking for. Like
Do you have exotic ammunition?
kind of, it's my gun takes 25 auto, which is a weird caliber.
Yeah, I'm not.
You don't see it ever. And the guy at the gun store was like, yeah, it's been like a year since we've gotten a shipment of 25 auto. And I was like, well, you know what? I might just never shoot the bullets that I have for my 25 auto, and I'll just get a 9mm or something. Because
That's
it's
good.
like,
That came with a magazine then. Like,
yeah.
Or a full mag.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I got a little new thingy. I haven't got to try it yet because
Can't even go to the range.
no. Well, my girlfriend's brother lives out in the country, so we'll probably go out there and
Oh, hell yeah.
He lives on
shoot
the
bottles.
range.
He is the
On
range.
yeah.
He is the range.
home on the range.
He is the range.
It's kind of fucked.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Yeah, he's just like, I guess the range master. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whoever operates the range. I don't know. It just sounded cool to say he was the range.
Yeah. So
yeah.
drop the knowledge though on did you finish Hunter x Hunter? I take it.
Dude. Okay, so season 5 is exceptionally long.
Okay, you haven't finished it.
No, I'm not even done with season 5 yet. Like, I'm on episode 50 of season 5 right now, and they're like, so okay, I'll tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what's going on?
Yeah.
Fucking the king
Miram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He basically the whole last episode that I just watched, he was kind of like him and the executive chairman guy or whatever, like the slow-mo hands dude.
Yeah.
He was doing all these moves on him, and like the dude wasn't even like flinching, and he like pushed his hands apart. He's like, "Sit, talk with me," and he's like, "No." And the whole time the octopus guy is fighting with the wolf dude, and like he's got the fucking centipedes in his head, and he's like shooting the wolf guy in his limbs and shit, and like so like the chairman just basically has finally convinced the king to fight with him for real because he hasn't been taking him seriously, Yeah, and
Netero.
So Netero and the king are like basically just launched at each other, and it's like
the most
dun dun
intense
dun
battle.
dun 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 dun, and that's where I'm at right now. So
It's like
like
thousand hand, whatever the fuck it's called.
So I haven't really seen this. This will be the first time we've actually seen the king fight, and like so I'm excited to go watch more because like the king has basically just been like casually slicing people's heads off with his tail this whole time. You know what I mean? Like and not actually trying to fight at all.
This is the first time you get to see Netero really fight too.
Yes, and also Gon has just kind of been sitting there like staring down Pito for like 30 minutes, just fucking.
He's like, we're gonna fight. Yeah.
And Poof is there too, but he's just kind of like launching little poofs out of his back to go do other shit. And fucking the battle with fucking the big Morphe red dude and the pipe guy. I'm sorry, I forget everybody's name.
Yeah.
But there's just so many that come so fast.
I love the adjectives even better though, because I have no idea these.
You know who I'm talking about,
yeah.
though. There's a dude with a big pipe and he blows smoke guys, and then there's
Merkel or
He
something
does
like
what
that.
to smoke, guys?
He has like a huge fucking pipe, and he like makes like hundreds of smoke things come out.
He
and
summons basically.
yeah,
with smoke.
yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
It's like Elden Ring, but like way better.
Damn.
Watch your mouth.
You're gonna get us killed.
No, I just mean like his summoning ability.
okay, yeah,
he
yeah.
can't like instead of just like a fucking jellyfish
wolves.
or a wolf. He's got fucking.
I summon shitty wolves. It's like bark. They die like immediately. But anyways, yeah. We also went and saw The Batman.
Oh yeah.
I saw the Batman too.
What
hold
do you
on. What
think?
did you think?
I thought it was okay. It wasn't like spectacular. It was interesting. I liked how they did the more detective route most of the way through with some action here and there.
That's fair. What would you compare it to like other Batman movies? Like
I mean, it does not come up to like Christian Bale.
yeah, I'm with you on that. Honestly,
No,
I wasn't a big fan. Me and Jamel both were kind of like laughing the whole way through the movie.
There was
Probably pissed some people.
well,
yeah.
and there was too many times where Pattinson looked like he was gonna cry in the bat suit.
I
Dude,
It's
yeah.
like, I don't
Which-
know.
Get out.
The crying in the bat suit thing doesn't really fuck it up for me as much as
Commissioner Gordon was a big problem
like,
with
oh
me
my
in this movie.
god.
You know?
My favorite part was like when they play like the clip on the phone. Whenever you're joking about that, like basically like they come out, she's like, he killed her, and they play the clip on the phone, and he's like, hey, beautiful, and he like kills her or whatever, and you hear she's like, and like
It's like she's like,
yeah,
and
Commissioner Gordon walks out, and he's like, he strangled her.
it's like, thanks,
Nah, shit.
bro.
Nah, shit.
Yeah.
If there was subtitles, it would have been like strangling noises.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like he was kind of like Commissioner Gordon basically played like the translator for the audience, like that didn't need to
For
be
the
there.
6-year-olds.
Yeah, like if something was
like
happening,
yeah.
he would just like pop out and just be like, he means this is happening, and then like he would just go away. Like he wasn't really. He didn't
I didn't really notice that, but yeah.
There were a lot of like little plot points that I had a problem with. Like I didn't like that the politician lady just got blasted like at the end of the movie.
But
and
she
then
was
like at the
all right, climbing out of
and then
well,
at the end they're just pulling her. She's
Spoilers.
like, oh great. You know,
she's
I'm
like
sorry.
covered in like old like musty water that probably infected that gunshot wound. You know, like I don't know. There's just too much going on.
One of my big problems with the movie also is like I didn't really realize it until after I left the movie, but like I've seen this almost the exact plot before. It's Telltale's Batman game, like made into a movie. Like it's the Carmine Falcone, the Riddler, like the way they present the Riddler in like a Saw type way. It's all just ripped from like the Telltale universe version of Batman. Like, and I'm thinking it's probably all ripped from some like line of comic books that's like the
Yeah.
same, you know?
yeah, I saw one video talking about it. It was similar to specifically the Riddler and whatnot, to one line of comics that came out not too long ago.
Yeah, but I just feel like the Telltale one was better, dude. I really do. Like
Yeah.
the story was better. I hate to say that, but I gotta throw my boys a little shine over there at
For the
Telltale.
Vigi games.
You know,
Yeah, my main issue with the whole thing, like where the movie basically died for me, is there's a part where Batman should have died, and he didn't even get a scratch on him. Like there was no, like the part with the bomb, like where the guy has the thing on his neck, and he's like all up in his face. And the bomb literally explodes right here in his fucking face. Like Batman's face
And if you look,
takes a bomb.
if you look, he's like when he's flying back, he's got his arms up like midair when he's flying back too.
Yeah.
Like,
and all the critics are like, "I love this hyper realistic version of Batman."
Yeah.
It's like,
No.
what? No,
no.
It's not realistic. If anything, it's like if the animated series was made into a live action. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, it was very cartoonish almost as far as like the interactions, what some
car.
people got away with. Batman getting
Don't
blown
worry,
up by
I
his
didn't
face.
spoil anything Drive By Joe, because guess what? I know you're messing, but there's no spoiling this because it's like a thing that doesn't do anything. There's no outcome to that. There's no like, oh no, that changed the whole story. Like it just happens. It's just a thing that happens in the movie, and I'm like, he should be dead. Like none of this, anything that happens after this movie fucking matters. Like, because guess what? He died right there. And that was it. That's where the movie should have ended. And then everyone's like, fuck, Batman died, dude. And then it was like an hour and a half or 2 hours in. They could have ended the fucking movie right there. But no,
Yeah,
let's draw it out for 3 hours.
3 hours.
Like,
it was way
It was,
too long.
yeah, that was at one point like whenever it finally got into the last hour, I realized it was getting into the last hour, and I was like,
thank God.
fuck. I was kind of like, fucking hell. I was like, we still got a lot of this movie left. Like thinking to myself, and yeah, sure as shit, we had a lot of the movie left, and
Yeah, most movies
Yeah,
I don't
and-
like to pee during, but this one I was like, all right, I'm okay to pee like 3 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I feel like the Riddler kid was like overacting a little bit too. I don't know. There was just
Paul Dano.
yeah. I like the gadgets though. Hey, I'll tell you 2 things I did like about the movie.
All right, let's hear it.
I liked the cool year 2 Batman gadgets that he had throughout the whole movie. I thought that was pretty cool.
Like the contact lens
that was
on
neat.
that weird
That
thing.
was really cool. His little fucking wingsuit was cool. Oh, by the way, the whole 6-minute Batmobile reveal was fucking dumb as shit. Are you fucking kidding me? It was so stupid. They just had every angle of this it was just like a Mustang with the fucking back ripped off of it. It wasn't even that cool. I mean,
it was kitted out, bro. No.
Yeah, it started glowing red and shit.
Neon,
but wasn't glowing
spinners.
at all after it'd been running through fire and flame for the last 30 minutes.
It zooms in and goes in on the tinted windows and you think it's gonna be Batman. It rolls down and it's fucking Dom from the Fast and the Furious.
Talking about family.
It's family.
The Tokyo Drift song starts playing.
Yeah. Overall though, I didn't think it was bad, but it wasn't crazy good either. It was entertaining to watch.
I didn't really like it that much personally, but it wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen, but it was definitely drugged the fuck out. But somehow I feel like if it was longer, it would have made more sense. You know what I mean? I feel like it was at one point maybe 5 hours long, and
they had to cut it down.
And they had to cut it down, and then they chopped out parts that made some of it make it made it feel disjointed. You know what I mean? This is just how I feel. I don't know. Jamel said it the best. Halfway through the movie, he was like, this feels like a 12-year-old's fever dream. And I was like, that's fucking super accurate. That's stuck with me, since he said it. It's so real. The whole rest of the movie, I was like, dude, this is really what that feels like.
It's what you imagined, when you were a little kid, playing with your Batman dolls and stuff. It's this is what Batman's doing, and it's oh no, it's the Riddler. And then all that, it just felt like that. It felt like a kid wrote this story, and then they were like, yeah, but we'll film it with really cool action shots. And then
oh yeah, that's the other thing I do like about the movie is the cinematography, the way the movie is shot. There's a scene at the end where it's an overhead view, and he's marching through the water with fire and shit.
Yeah, that was
a dope scene. The way the camera angles were set up most of the movie was pretty cool.
I liked his armor too. I like the bat armor in this one.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. Definitely don't have a problem with the bat armor itself. You know?
I think my main complaint is there was no substance. It was so shallow. All of it was shallow.
Oh, and the Catwoman subplot was totally irrelevant. Okay, it makes you feel like he just met Catwoman, right? At the beginning, and then
suddenly she's calling him baby
they're
and shit.
super into each other. They go, it's one interaction, and then suddenly they're just all into each other, and it's
and it was a peeping Tom.
Yeah.
I'm does Batman stop peeping Toms, or
It's
or is he's just one, so that doesn't count as a crime to him? He was literally just watching her undress and shit, and they don't even make it he mentions it, and then she's like, well, that's weird, and then that was it. He was just yeah, I saw you inside your house.
It's there's no reason why their relationship should have evolved to the level it did. That's one of the things I feel like they cut out of the movie. You know what I mean? There has to have been some kind of mission they did or something that led up to them feeling this way about each other.
We're gonna see all that in the Snyder cut.
Oh God!
I'm fucking calling it now.
Reeves
That's
cut.
it's a really good point, and I guarantee, whenever it comes to release, we're gonna have some fucking 2+ hour extended version of this shit. That's gonna be 5 hours long.
It's gonna suck.
No, it's gonna definitely. It's gonna be a re-release in the theaters. HBO Max is gonna fucking pay for it. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
We were talking about if our stuff if anybody ever actually listened to our stuff, how we would get canceled. This would be the one thing that would get us canceled. So many people love this movie. Everyone. I don't know if people are just lying just to be it was. I like it too, or if people genuinely walked out of the theater and were like, holy shit, dude.
I don't understand either, man. I was so bored. I
So
can't
bored.
even describe. I had a alcohol service. We went to one of those theaters where they bring you margaritas and shit, and I was still bored.
My cousin did fall asleep at a part.
See, and
I almost
I
fell
like
asleep
Batman.
too. I was just oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is
I genuinely like Batman. Batman's awesome. I don't know why this was so bad to me. And I love Robert Pattinson. I was fucking singing high praises before we even watched this movie. I was like, dude, I'm so ready to see Robert Pattinson
Pat,
as Batman and Paul Dano as the Riddler. What? And then we go in, and it's just like, this is horrible. But
Colin
whatever.
Farrell was the best part of the whole movie.
He was amazing.
And he was kind of like goofy, even like, you know.
Yeah, everybody was like, "Hey, what's going on here?" Like the whole movie was just like a mix between like British, like but Boston. It was so intense, like on the Boston accent that like it didn't even sound Boston. Like I don't know what they were going for.
It was like, over the top.
It was so bad. It was like people on like a stage play, like.
I feel like maybe moviegoers are like just starved for good movies right now. You know what I mean? They're just willing to take whatever kind of bullshit they get thrown, you know?
This is one of those movies where I feel like in 10 years people will look back and be like, that was bad. Like, why was everybody hyped about that? Like, and then, I mean, maybe the second one that they do, like whenever they do the sequel or whatever.
I don't necessarily feel like it's like a terrible movie. I just would put it on the same level as like Suicide Squad or some other superhero movie that wasn't like the best movie ever, but not the worst movie ever.
I don't know. I enjoyed the second Suicide Squad a lot more than
I didn't
Batman.
see the James Gunn one. I saw like the original,
one
with Jared Leto and shit. And that's what I'm comparing it to. Like I feel like it's about on that level. And that wasn't like the worst movie I've ever seen. Everybody talks shit about that, but it's like that was like an okay movie, and that's how I feel about this. You know what I mean? It
was okay. That's
okay. Yeah.
And
DC needs to step it up.
That movie gets an okay from GameSpeak Podcast.
Okay.
All right time.
Okay.
It's okay.
But anyways, Devin, what'd you do this week besides watch Batman?
Well, I saw the Batman, and then that's basically it. Just.
Yeah, nice. I went to a drive-through safari, dude, and that was tight. I saw some aminals, and
did you pet some ostriches?
I did. I actually did not pet an ostrich.
Where was this drive-through safari?
In Franklin, Texas, dude.
Oh,
took my nephew up there, and dude, we got to hold baby monkeys. Like,
really?
Yeah, like there's like a baby room.
They put them in your car?
No, it's
like,
it's a
pass
room.
them in like the drive-through, you know?
Just drive off with them? No, you go into this room, and they have like baby monkeys, baby armadillos, and shit you can pick up and pet.
Did you have to pay extra to do this?
Yeah, it was like $20. But we go in there, they fucking hand me this monkey with a diaper on, and he's just like, and like reached out and like just like hugged me.
Oh
so I was like, oh my fucking goodness, I'm holding a baby monkey. There was a spider monkey too. But then they had like
that's dope.
lemurs and shit in there, baby lemurs.
Did you get to hold a lemur?
Yeah, I tried. They didn't want to be held, but they'd come up and they'd like grab your hand like with their little weird mittens. It was cool. It was really fucking cool.
I'm totally taking my girlfriend to go do this.
Go do it.
Where's Franklin, Texas?
It's like towards Dallas. It's like past Madisonville. It's like an hour and a half from Conroe, so it's like an hour from Huntsville.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not too far.
Worth.
Just look up Franklin Drive-Through Safari. Dopest fucking place. Give it all the recommends. But anyways, so let's jump into the video game news. We got quite a bit today, so just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web. We do not claim any of the articles as our own. We're simply giving them all to you in one place, which is this here podcast, GameSpeak Podcast. All right, who wants to go first? I'm just going to let one of y'all go first.
I'll let it rip real quick. Let me see what I got here. Let me check the old archives. Let's see. Microsoft has detailed which of its games are compatible with Valve's Steam Deck, with only a handful of titles being unsupported, thanks to incompatibility with anti-cheat software. But some of the ones that are unsupported are kind of a big deal, it looks like.
Well, yeah, it wasn't Destiny. People were bitching about, was it Destiny?
It's Halo Infinite and the Master Chief Collection are both unsupported, as well as Gears of War 5 and for some reason Microsoft's Flight Simulator. Probably it might be like hardware, with that.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
But it's kind of a ridiculous required, you know what I mean? Like it's demanding.
But also like it's like you get all of these Xbox exclusives, except for the only two that matter, Gears of War and Halo.
But it is just for the Steam Deck itself.
Yeah.
They confirmed that here's some that are actually confirmed to work. Let's see, Deathloop, Psychonauts 2, Hellblade, The Evil Within, Prey, Sea of Thieves, Fallout 4, Forza Horizon 5, blah blah blah. So like they got
good stuff.
a lot of good stuff there still, you know. Especially I think they're gonna find some way to integrate your like, you know, fucking Game Pass stuff into Steam soon,
for sure.
so you can actually just load up your Game Pass games through Steam. You know what I mean?
That'd be tight.
Yeah.
Divil?
So even with the world playing Elden Ring for the last 3 weeks, Lost Ark manages to pass 20 million players.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah. So that's
They'll have 20 million and one pretty soon whenever I get done with Elden Ring.
Yeah, you're gonna give it a go. It's fun.
I'll probably actually be a while before I get to it.
I was about to say I honestly don't think you'll like it. Like I
really
don't think you're gonna like it. But I could be completely wrong. But I do know what games you play, and I feel like this is not a Brent game.
Man, I'm down for anything.
It's just an MMO. It's like an MMO top down point and click like type game. Like there's not much going on. Yeah, it's like an action or action RPG.
Really, really long story to it.
Yeah, that is horribly voice acted and stuff. It's so low quality on the story part of it. It's mainly do you just want to do a bunch of quests that are really simple and then fight really hard bosses, and that's basically it. And then you just build shit up like an MMO. It's an MMO. You do lots of shit like MMO ways.
Okay.
But
I might have to check it out still. I don't know.
I want to see if you I'm completely wrong and you play it and you're just dude, this is the fucking game.
I think there's a chance he might. Depends on how in depth you get into it.
I gotta get my.
There's a good portion of it that's literally just the prologue to this whole game in a sense. It's a lot
to level 60.
Yeah, it's a lot just to get into the meat of the game.
I'm very slowly eating through a bunch of different games. I might try that because I feel like I'm gonna need something on the side with Elden Ring. You know what I mean? It's hard to just digest on its own. You know?
Yeah.
Usually I'll play one game at a time. You know what I mean? But I think I might try something else, maybe something simple in the meantime. I don't know.
Oh, for sure.
We'll see how it goes.
But let me see. Should we go ahead and do the state of play stuff?
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea.
All right, let's.
I had some of it, but I don't think it's a complete list because I kept seeing stuff that the list didn't have on it. So if you've got a list, it'd probably be better than mine.
Ooh, there's some really exciting news that happened today.
Really?
About
a
specific game getting its state of play.
That's why I'll leave that for you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that news.
Yeah. That one dropped today. I saw that and I was like, I didn't even read it because I wanted to read it on the show.
I feel like it's about that time where we're gonna start getting a flurry of state of plays. You know?
Yeah.
What I mean?
Because
this is the second one this month. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, and they're especially with all the holiday releases, they're gonna want to build up a lot of hype over the summer, so that when people settle down from the summer traveling and whatnot and buy all the holiday video games, boom,
So at the state of play that we had over the last week, we got a look at Deathverse Let It Die, which is a multiplayer survival action game built around a reality game show in which you'll fight it out for fame, glory, and fortune.
Okay.
Then there was
a dressed up battle royale.
Could be fun.
Yeah,
I don't really know. Sleeper hit there, maybe.
Maybe. And we got We Are OFK, which is an indie pop band. Indie pop band OFK teams up with the co-designer of Hyperlight Drifter for a new 5-episode music biopic series.
Okay, Hyperlight Drifter was kind of similar, right? It was like a music-themed game where you're riding motorcycles and shit, right?
Sure. I think so. But OFK, I have no idea who that is. And then we got Bug Snacks, the Isle of Big Snacks.
Oh, man. One of my biggest regrets is that I didn't manage to get a PS5 early enough to get Bug Snacks for free. I really want to play Bug Snacks, but it pains me to buy it because everybody else got it for free early in the PS5 days. I was like a PlayStation Game of the Month game, you know?
Well, I do like that one of these bugs is a hamburger with curly fry legs and curly fried tusks.
Isn't it fucking adorable, dude? I want to play that game. I want to play it bad, dude.
I don't know if it's adorable or if I'm hungry, but
both,
the bigger one, so there's a big one, the Big Snacks one.
Are those tots?
Who's a hamburger with tots for tusks.
Oh my god, that's cute.
Because it makes them thick. So hungry for more Bug Snacks? The new free update is coming early 2022, introducing a new island living space and the ability to dress up your favorite Bug Snacks.
Oh. You put little hats on them and stuff, or what?
Or wrappers.
Yeah, I guess. And then we got more Five Nights at Freddy's security breach stuff.
What do you mean, stuff?
I don't know. It says, find out how to evade prowling animatronics in the most ambitious Five Nights at Freddy's yet, out this December. So I guess it was just another trailer.
It's already out. It's been out.
Maybe this is an older.
Is this an old
State of
one?
Play. Maybe I'm just. Oh, I'm calling the cops. This was on the PlayStation.
Oh,
Fucking
no.
I apologize, everybody. That stuff was already out. Okay. Sorry. Okay, let me see.
All right, redo.
Yeah, let me get to this past week's.
I was going to say, I don't remember any of this. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. It was on their fucking website, so it should be 2022.
here, I can go to the one that I've got, but it just might not have everything.
While
Here
y'all
it
are looking
is.
for that,
I
I'll go
got
ahead.
it.
Oh.
It's too late. I already got it. Okay, so let's actually. So it's just showing it in a list. Futuristic exosuits clash with dinosaur
Oh,
hordes.
yeah, this is the right
Yeah,
one. Here we go.
Exoprimal.
in Exoprimal out in
Okay.
2023.
I thought this was for sure going to be Dino Crisis because you see red hair girl and you hear some, dinosaurs are coming, and then dinosaurs start spilling out of the sky. I'm like, oh shit, Dino Crisis, you know, red hair girl, dinosaurs is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nope, it's
Exoprimal.
I'm actually glad it's not Dino Crisis though, because I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck if this is Dino Crisis, because this just didn't look up to Dino Crisis standards. You know?
What is it? What is it? I saw the name.
It's
and
like
title,
a. It's hard to.
like
it's
a
like
dino
it's a
fighter.
It's like a dino fighter. You shoot dinosaurs. It looked like maybe like that.
Second extinction. Or
You
whatever.
son of a bitch! I'm in.
What's that game?
Second Extinction.
No. With the zombies, but it's third person view. It's World War Z. World War Z. It looks like World War Z with fucking dinosaurs to me.
Oh,
You know what
it's
I mean?
Third person.
I think so.
Oh.
All I know is that we need a Dino Crisis reboot, and we need it to be like the Resident Evil reboot. That's it. That's all we need. It's just a reboot
Yeah.
thing.
Agreed.
Then we got new
Yeah.
Ghostwire Tokyo trailer, which showcased ghostly threats, coming out on PS5 March 25th.
Man, this
Yeah.
game is either going to be really good or really bad. I don't think there's going to be any in between. It's either going to be like a fucking hit or it's just going to suck ass.
I don't know how I feel about the way it looks like. What's the word? Sterile? Like, I don't know. Like, it just looks bad. Like,
so
really nice graphics, but it looks.
that's how I felt
bad.
about Doom Eternal before I played it. I was like, this looks so much more basic than the old one. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But like once I played it, I was like, okay, the level design makes sense when you're playing it because it feels like right to jump on all the platforms and stuff. You know, I'm
Yeah.
hoping that the layout of the level is done in a way that it just feels right when you're playing it. Because I agree, it does look wrong, but I've had that same feeling before, like with Doom Eternal, and it ended up being one of my favorite like games of that year. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, hopefully Ghostwire Tokyo lives up to whatever. There's not really much hype, but hopefully it
No.
lives up to what it is.
There was a lot of hype at one point.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like the lack of people being all excited about it might serve it well. You
Yes.
know what I mean? Kind of like Sifu. I feel like people weren't expecting anything from Sifu, so when it turned out to be kind of good, it got a lot of praise. You know?
Yeah.
For sure. And then we got new Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin demo, which lets you carry over progress to the full game.
Right. I saw this, and I've seen people playing this and saying it's fun. So
Okay.
I haven't done it myself, but
Yeah.
you know, there's a demo, so get out there and do it if you're into that.
And worlds collide in Forspoken as Frey explores a land filled with corrupted creatures.
Okay, gotta say, this trailer made Forspoken look a little more interesting than the last two times we've seen it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Didn't it recently get a delay?
6 month delay.
Maybe I don't know what it is, but it definitely looks like it got some polish or something. Like it looks a lot better than it did the last time we saw it, in my opinion.
I thought it looked polished the first time we
Yeah,
saw it.
I thought we were all pretty in agreement on how good it looked.
I thought it looked okay, but
Oh.
something about the vibe of it just looks more engaging to me. Like maybe it was the music they were playing in the trailer or something, but I was definitely clicking with this trailer more.
It was
than
less
last.
comedic, I assume.
It had moments where it was a decent trailer.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say. But I definitely, this is another one that I feel like is either going to be really bad still or really good. Like I don't think there's going to be any in between. You know.
Could this be the year that 2 PlayStation first-party games get less than a 9? I don't think so. I think
What's the other one?
it's got
Ghostwire.
Ghostwire and this
Yeah.
one. They're two is this gonna be good?
Okay, That'd be remarkable if they're both bad. I
Yeah.
think at least one of them is going to turn out to be pretty good. You know what I mean?
I think the one that we were just talking about, Forspoken, is going to be better. Like that's
better
just,
than Ghostwire?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it might
I'm-
have a
I can
better
agree with that.
story.
it just looks more polished. Like whenever it comes to the graphics and stuff to me, or like the art direction even. Like I get the art direction of Ghostwire Tokyo, but it looks so stale. Like I don't understand.
I think the problem with Ghostwire is that I think it was originally going to be the Evil Within
2 or 3, I mean.
Yeah, and like it's kind of like how they did Sleeping Dogs, how it was
Yeah.
originally fucking
True crime.
and they switched it halfway through development, and used a lot of assets that were going to originally be in a completely different game, you know what I mean?
I could see that.
But it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like I'm still holding out hope. I can't wait to see what they do,
Yeah.
Well,
And
if a game doesn't have top of the line graphics, Jamel's not a fan.
I'm not in it, dude. I only play the best looking games.
I feel like the
That's why I
graphics
had a
aren't
GameCube.
necessarily the problem. It's like everything looks sharp in Ghostwire. It's the layout of the level and stuff, and like the design. Like it's
No,
empty.
yeah.
looking,
It's not even
you
just
know?
that. It's not even. It's the art style, not the graphics are great, but the style that they chose. Where like, I don't know, something about the hands and like the way that they're outlined and like everything just looks like it's missing something. Like the shadows are missing or something. Like I can't really tell what it is, but some type of like art thing is missing. Like whether that be like the shadows or the lighting, I can't really tell what it is. It just looks like a beta for like a game. Like it doesn't look like a real game to me. But I could be just like,
Yeah, there's definitely something off about the textures.
yeah, like
I
I
think
don't
some
know.
parts, like this, like the setting and everything looks okay, but then
The
anything that
characters,
moves, anything
they're
that
like
moves,
stiff and like it looks like it's not real animation. Like like it's not meant to look real for whatever reason.
see, like that looks okay.
Yeah.
Like that setting looks okay, but then you look at the one with the dude in it, and the dog and the guy
Yeah,
just
look at
stand
him.
out entirely from the setting.
He looks like a fucking like I don't know.
It looks
like,
okay to me. I don't
no,
know.
look
like,
at the guy like up close. Like look at the guy and the dog compared to the background. Like they just look out of place in the area. And it's got to
Like,
be.
everything else has got pretty good textures, and then you get to them, and it's the kind
It
of
looks like he's like photoshopped in. There's like no shadows, no reflections. Like his arms look fucking like stiff. I don't know. Like, and then they showed like the thing where they're petting the dog, and the dog looks kind of fucked up. Like it just looks like a Nintendogs level graphics. Like, but with this beautiful fucking like I don't know. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird unless they fix all that. But we'll see. Anyways, so Gundam Evolution brings free-to-play FPS action to PS5 and PS4
I'm
in
definitely gonna
2022.
try this.
Does it look good?
I don't know. I hadn't even, but Gundam. I haven't heard of like a Gundam game hitting mainstream in a while, a long time. But there was a Gundam game I used to play way back in the day. Couldn't tell you what the fuck it was, but it was on like PS2. But it was fun as shit. Me and my brothers would play that.
I used to play a lot of Robotech, but never Gundam.
I used to play Mech Warriors back
That
in
too.
the day.
Mech
Was
Assault.
there was another one where like it was like Gundam and the robots, but the robots didn't really like walk. They kind of slid around on their fucking tiptoes. But it was like a fighting robot game. I don't know what the fuck it was called though. That was like an offshoot one that we got from like, a couple
What
bucks.
system?
PS2 as well.
And they
Pretty
slid around?
Yeah, they
Was it
and-
cel-shaded?
No, I don't. I'll try to
Interesting.
look it up.
The
I'll
one,
try to look.
the
but it
one I
was-
think of was the one on original Xbox.
Mech Assault.
It was Mech Assault?
Yeah, Mech Warrior's a PC thing.
Oh, okay. Mech Assault was the shit, dude. Oh my god. You could like fly around. Like you could have little jet boots with your mech and you'd like fly, but then he'd also
could
be like
hop out of
stomping
your thing.
around. It was so much fun.
No, the one that I'm thinking of was a lot more like Japanese anime-ish as far as it was like Gundam, but it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Gundam.
Was it Robotech? Look up Robotech, because that's the one that I remember back in the day. That was a dope one.
Fucking maybe.
But
I don't know. Yeah.
anyways,
yeah,
what
sure.
happened to mech games? I'm ready for
Yes.
some mech
Dude,
games.
we need mech
dude.
game. We need more mech games in VR.
There's
that
a
is-
couple out there. Man, what's that one? There's like a few on PSVR for sure that I can think of. Like there's one called Riggs that was like an online multiplayer mech game.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I just thought of like the meme where it's like, don't worry, this thing's not real. It can't hurt you. And then it shows it. And there should be one for Reba McEntire. Reba
What the
McEntire's not real.
Reba
She can't hurt you.
McIntyre.
I don't know why that would be just horrifying. Anyways, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga Collection launches this year.
Oh, that's exciting.
And I think that comes with like Turtles in Time and then the arcade Turtles games, like all of them on one collection.
And I think that new one that's got like April O'Neil and Shredder and shit in it, right?
I fucking found it.
Okay,
Zone of Enders.
Oh yeah, that got a remake recently.
Did it really?
Yeah,
dude. I might go.
Wait, who made Zone of Enders though? Because that's somebody nowadays like that made that. Somebody who's still making games.
Oh, Hideo Kojima was a designer.
That's who it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like way back on PS2. It was fucking cool.
It was like the only other game he ever worked on besides Metal Gear Solid.
What's the remake on Switch or something?
PS4, I think.
Oh, okay.
2018 was the remake.
Yeah.
That's pretty toy. But
yeah, PS4 and PC. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm gonna get that shit just to see.
I think it was free on Epic Game Store the other day, actually.
No shit. God damn.
I could be wrong.
Apparently, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing, the collection or whatever, Zone of Enders.
Yeah.
I was like, Zoe. No, but yeah.
I had no fucking clue what I was doing as a kid. We just like fucking glide around on the robots and fight shit just randomly. We had no idea what we were doing though.
And then Gigabash brings multiplayer monsters and mayhem to PS5 and PS4 this year. Y'all get ready for that.
For Gigabash.
And then we got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R launching this fall for all you JoJo fans out there. I know there's a lot of you. And then we got Battle Through Hell and Back in Trek to Yomi. Did not see this, so I have no idea what Trek to Yomi is. Then we got Returnal Ascension Update, which adds co-op and Tower of Sisyphus mode.
So this is actually really sweet. And that's like one of the things I kept thinking when I was playing Returnal. I was like, this would be tight with a friend.
Dude,
you know what I mean? Like,
I want to say DL has it, maybe.
I'll play with DL.
I'd hit him up. See, because he's got a PS5. Y'all are one of the few people. I only have one other friend besides you and DL that has a PS5. That's it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know hardly anyone with them.
Yeah, they're hard to get,
Yeah.
you know?
So, but yes, Returnal would be badass in co-op.
Hell yeah.
So. And then we got the Dio Field Chronicle announced for PS5 and PS4. I don't know what that is.
It sounds like JoJo shit.
Is it?
I don't know. I don't think it is, but Dio is a character on there.
And then we got Valkyrie Elysium coming to PS5 and PS4 in 2022. So we got a bunch of like Japanese stuff coming, like Japanese developed games coming, basically, and then some like indie stuff in there. Pretty interesting. And then we have another State of Play.
Yeah,
coming.
I'll just go ahead and get that one out of the way then.
Yeah. Coming like this week, I think.
Yeah, later this week. So Hogwarts Legacy will get a State of Play broadcast this week. Hogwarts Legacy, the upcoming open world game set in the world of Harry Potter, will get a PlayStation State of Play broadcast this Thursday, March 17th. The broadcast will include an extended first look at gameplay and begins at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK. Fuck yes. Sorry, I'm getting excited reading it.
That's so exciting.
I held off on it because this just hit like a couple hours ago. So I held off on even reading the article because I knew I was going to get excited.
I hope we get like a release date and stuff.
I'm sure. They showed like a weird little like 2 or 3 second clip.
Yeah,
of,
I saw that. Like somebody walking through like a chamber or something.
Yeah,
shit.
it looked very Elden Ring. Like
it looked good. I was like,
the
oh
giant
my god.
Fucking like.
What if
statue?
it ends up being like a Souls-like?
That's what I was thinking.
What if they just say fuck
it
and it's just a Harry Potter Souls-like?
Open world.
That would be the shit, dude.
Harry
oh my
Potter
god.
ring.
You completely choose your own random adventure.
It's like a
no matter what
magic
direction
only like Souls-like. You can only do like sorcery. There's no like melee at all. But it's like I don't know. That's just maybe wishful thinking. But like
very wishful.
They should definitely make that game into. You know what I mean?
So
it's already open world. You're asking too much.
No, I want like choose your own journey shit with this. I
Yeah.
want to be able to, like, if I want to, choose a path through being a good fucking wizard for Hogwarts or some shit, or go be a Death Eater, or go down some other random path in the wizarding world. I want a bunch of different paths that you can explore to see more of the wizarding world. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, no, I would really vastly prefer that game that you just described. But let's just indulge this Dark Souls Harry Potter for a second, because that would be dope as shit. I mean, imagine like okay, the game is that Hogwarts got taken over, right? And you have to like fight your way through Hogwarts like bonfire to bonfire, and fucking like claim Hogwarts back from the fucking like trolls and shit that
You
are in
gotta
the
fight
hallways.
the tarantula things out in the
Yes,
forest.
You
like-
fight all the tarantulas, and then you get like decrepit jelly bean of sadness or some shit. You know what I mean? And
of
it's like
boogers.
bogeys.
Like, well, I mean, if Hogwarts Legacy does good, we could see more offshoots of Harry Potter
That's
games.
what I'm really hoping for.
Yeah, same.
It's
'Cause-
Ubisoft. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen?
Dude,
It's probably just gonna be Far Cry, but Harry Potter. But we'll see.
But yeah, I'm very excited. The state of play will run for around 20 minutes, 14 minutes of which will be made up of gameplay.
Down.
Fuck.
Dang.
Yes.
14 minutes of gameplay?
Captured on the PS5 at that.
Spoilers.
Oh my god.
I'm surprised they're
on the
doing this as a state of
PS5?
play.
Yeah, and then says the rest of the show will be made up of insight from a few members of the team at Avalanche Software who are bringing the Wizarding World to life.
Oh, this is so exciting.
So yeah, super stoked. Thursday. Where to watch?
On the YouTube, probably.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to watch. Do, 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 do.
Fuck yeah. So excited.
Okay.
Bro, oh my god.
So, since we got some good news, it's time to drop the bad news.
No, please.
Perfect Dark game director Dan Newberger has seemingly left the initiative after working with the company for nearly 4 years.
Oh no.
As reported by VGC, Reset Era user Clobril noticed the change on Newberger's LinkedIn profile that shows February 2022 was his last month at the initiative.
Oh no.
Furthermore, his profile page says that he is, quote-unquote, open to work immediately and is looking for a position as a game director, creative director, or design director. Newberger has worked at Tomb Raider's Crystal Dynamics for over 12 years before his time with the Initiative, the same studio that has teamed up with the Initiative to help finish development on the reboot of Perfect Dark, which, this isn't the first high-level departure from the Initiative, as the company's former design director, Drew Murray, announced that he was leaving the company in February 2021 and would be returning to his old studio, Insomniac Games. So this is not looking good for the Initiative.
There's some fair weather devs over there, man. It just sees the success of Insomniac and just jump ship, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that. And then, I mean, what really happening here is that they came out too strong. They were like,
Quadruple A.
Yeah, we got quadruple A. Fuck it. We got quince A. And then, like, everybody's like, wait, what? And they're like, no, fuck that. We're going all the way to 6. And, like, we're just like, bro, chill out. Like, we don't even have AAA yet.
We don't even have a game. We haven't
Yeah,
even
we
started
haven't even
development.
started. We got like an idea. Like, we're thinking like Perfect Dark. I mean, it could be something else though. And they're like, I said it's gonna be 6 of them A's. And like, so everybody's like, all right, fuck, do it, bro. And now they're all over there, fucking just like crying, and they have the whole
no
place
way
is-
we can push it past 4.
They're like, they got like this AAA game over there, and they're just right now like fucking digging holes trying to figure out how to get it past the third A.
All our scientists are working as hard as they can. They're like fusing like
Yeah,
shit
what
together.
what
Like,
even goes into like the distinction of AA, AAA? Is it just
It's the
budget?
quality. It's the quality, the budget, and how many people are working at on the game. So like your AA is like your fucking it used to be things like Time Splitters and shit like that, where it's not a first party, but they have a bunch of money and they're making good stuff. And then single A would be like indie
Among Us or Minecraft when they first
Yeah.
came
Or
out or
Hello
something.
Games.
Yeah. Now there isn't really a AA. You're either AAA or you're indie. It's like one or the other. There's no middle ground anymore, or at least in my opinion. Like, you don't have games like fucking like Time Splitters or Freedom Fighters or like even like Like, what else would be considered double A? Like Army Men,
I feel like
Sponge's Heroes, like
some
things
of the
like
last
that.
double A studios that I can think of are like the people who made like Firewatch, but then they got absorbed
That was
by
indie,
like
though.
Valve. Oh, yeah, well, I mean, would you
Well,
think? I mean,
Yeah, they were indie when they made Firewatch.
Yeah, I guess
now
so.
Hello Games would probably be double.
No, they're with Valve, so they'd be first
they're
party.
with Valve
That makes
now?
them AAA.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know.
I don't know. It's hard to say where the line is drawn, you know? Like First Contact in Entertainment, the guys who make that game I was talking about earlier, Firewall, 0 Hour, you know what I mean? They have
Yeah.
like one of the most successful PSVR games out there, but like it's hard to say that they as a company are like the most profitable or the most, you know, but they're probably like a legit business somewhere, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, so the difference between a AA and AAA rating, the 2A, wait, okay, so, oh no, that's not, that's a rating. That's, hold on.
one is super hardcore porn. One is really
Yeah,
super
so it's mainly
hardcore.
it's mainly dependent on the budget.
Yeah,
Like,
budget.
it's-
So, okay, AA definition: a studio/game with a bigger budget than an indie, but a smaller budget than a AAA studio.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
we got that.
Yeah, but
What's the bigger what?
it's like, what is
Where's the
budget?
line?
Yeah, it looks like it's solely based off of budget, like how much money
So
was
this is
put
all
into
kind
this
of
game.
just your
So
perception of
six
their
stars.
budget.
Oh wait, by that logic,
I'm just
then-
calling everything indie now. Fucking
No, it's
fuck it.
okay. So this person is what I've always thought. This was from 8 years ago. They said AAA, as far as I understand, has always referred to the size of the development team. That's it. Nothing about quality, nothing about innovation, nothing beyond. It's about how many people are working on the game. And that's what I've heard from on IGN podcasts and shit, people who are like in the industry.
in the know.
That's what they call.
So are AA and single A even really a thing, or is it just indie?
Single A,
I feel
yeah.
like, you know.
it's indie and AAA
Yeah,
now.
that's kind of how I feel. I feel like there is no in between. Like you're either big enough to be the villain, or you're
small enough
to be the hero.
be absorbed
you
by
know?
the villain.
Yeah, right.
to become the villain at some point. But yeah, it's sad that there's no more AA, in my opinion. Or even that zombie game with the Stubbs, the zombie, that would have been
Oh, yeah.
AA. Like,
Speaking of which, that was free on Epic Game Store the other day. I'm pretty sure too.
Fuck.
yeah.
I need to start checking this shit.
Brent, what you got?
All right, speaking of AAA, bad news for fans of EA's classic space horror game Dead Space, as a new report claims that the upcoming remake has been pushed back to 2023. EA is reportedly targeting a early 2023 release for its sci-fi survival horror game, giving developer EA Motive extra time to make certain that the final product is polished and still capable of scaring your pants off. Excuse me.
Not
or
my pants.
At least giving you a reason to change them. Blah, 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 blah. So, you know, that's kind of lame, but at the same time, it gives you something to look for. I feel like that's just one of the mini games that'll probably get pushed to the beginning of next year, and then we'll just have a fun beginning of the next year like we did this year. You know what I mean? Like,
I saw something that it was I don't know why this was an article, but it was saying that Isaac is going to have different the main character is going to have different dialogues for how tired he is.
huh?
Yeah.
That's kind
That's
of cool.
probably why it's getting delayed.
I feel like Horizon did
gotta,
that.
gotta record more dialogue.
I guess we're going over here. And then, the fast one, he's like, we're going over here. Like,
Oh,
wow,
great.
dude, we're so
More dead
innovative.
shit.
This shit's crazy. All right, so, Devin, what you got?
Oh shit! It is me. Sorry.
How dare you?
You know, I got
Devin. No,
articles, man. Yeah, I got some more. They're coming up.
I got articles. Got a lot of articles.
Something got a lot of
So Valve clarifies. There's been a lot of here and there hearsay about when the Valve decks were going to be coming out, and a lot of people.
The Steam Decks,
Steam
bro.
decks, Valve decks. You know what I mean, goddammit. No, saying that there's delays on the Steam decks, but Valve clarifies Steam Deck pre-order status as fans report order availability changes. And then there has been an update on it. So Valve clarified the Steam Deck's order availability in an email to IGN saying that users aren't seeing delays, but further specification of when after Q2 means. So for a lot of the people that pre-ordered them, they got, including my neighbor that I've mentioned, they all got just Q windows, like quarter windows. That's it.
Oh, I need to check mine.
So that's like a whole 3 month. That's a 3 month window
In just one quarter, right?
Yeah.
So if you got Q fucking whatever 3, then that could be the end of the year, right?
Yeah, you're looking at Q2 is April to Oh fuck, Matt. April to June.
Anywhere in between. That would fucking suck.
Right,
But
yeah.
it'd be cool, like, because then you'll just, like, randomly come home one day and there's just a fucking Steam Deck waiting for you. Be tight. And you weren't even expecting it.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. But a lot of word came out saying that they were getting delayed, but apparently that's not the issue. They left that giant ass window so they could push orders back.
Yeah.
Big weird news. Russia is reportedly easing its copyright laws to offset sanctions imposed by Western nations in response to its invasion of Ukraine.
Damn.
In doing so, it is effectively legalizing piracy of games, movies,
Straight
TV
up.
shows, and more.
Yeah, straight
Got
up
'em.
legalizing piracy.
That's
Everybody
crazy.
just cut them off. They're like, we'll cut it back on, bitch.
That is
Yeah.
crazy to think about.
You know, I mean, hey.
I mean, how are you going to cut down the access to... Well, actually, they could... Google could do a hefty chunk of cutting down their worldwide internet access. Google's has a lot of handle on that, apparently.
True.
Yeah, but there's other, like, I mean, fuck it, dude. They could all go to Tor browsers if they wanted to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, Russia's always been big about the dark web, too,
Yeah.
I feel like.
It's a pretty bad thing to have, like, associated with your country. Russia
Well,
just loves the dark web.
Those damn Russians.
Good old
Always
onion,
on the
onion
dark web.
servers.
Damn. Anyways, Brent, what'd you go over that?
All right, let's see. Valve has uploaded the drivers a user needs for getting Windows on the Steam Deck. Currently, only Windows 10 is available, and dual boot, is not possible yet. Which means if you go for installing Windows, that's the only OS you're stuck with until you uninstall it. Valve is working on a way to get Windows 11 and dual boot working on the Steam Deck, so users can expect those features in the future.
See, and I was seeing something. So the games that aren't allowing Steam Deck to play their games online, and like some result, like Destiny even threatened to ban, it's because the Steam Deck can't run Windows as its root operating system. So it's running as like it's still at the base. It's like, what is it, Linux?
Yeah.
Like a custom Linux OS. So you can run what looks like Windows, but the actual OS deep down is still the Linux base, and that's why these games aren't allowing Steam Deck to run them, and threatening like straight up insta bans because of the cheat.
You get the work around the anti-cheat.
Yep, it makes it super easy to work around.
Whack.
Interesting.
All right, so let's see here. Some more unkind news in the video game atmosphere. Elite Dangerous on console will no longer receive any new content, including the Odyssey expansion, as developer Frontier Developments has chosen to focus on improving the PC version.
What?
Frontier CEO and founder David Braben announced in a blog post that console versions will now only receive quote-unquote critical updates, following a less-than-ideal launch of the major Odyssey update on PC last May.
Wow, dude.
I guarantee it is because of how complex that game is and damn near impossible to play on a controller.
Yeah, you'd need a keyboard at least.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I try to play it in VR using a controller, and there's just way too many commands. I guarantee it's because people don't fucking play it on console.
Yeah, it's hard.
Guarantee.
Odyssey was set to be a major step forward for Elite Dangerous, but soon gained a mostly negative rating on Steam after thousands of players reported performance issues, problems with the UI, and several other bugs and game-breaking glitches.
Oh, no.
The game has received a number of major updates to fix the issues on PC, but Braben said there was still a lot of work to be done, and the entire team needed to turn its attention to improving that version. He said, quote, "Since Odyssey's release in May 2021, we have worked tirelessly to improve the Odyssey experience on PC, and whilst we have made great progress, there is still more to be done. We have been supporting the pre-Odyssey and post-Odyssey code bases since. Over the last several months, we have been wrestling with the best way to move forward, and it is with a heavy heart. We have decided to cancel all console development. We need to be able to move forward with the story of the game, and in order for us to do this, we need to focus on a single code base." So,
Damn.
there you go. Sucks to suck, console. No, but apparently, like, people were just, like, you know, saying their goodbyes, like, console people, like, players, they were, like, you know, posting pictures of, like, their ship and stuff, and they were, like, you know, retiring on this day or whatever. And I was
Damn.
like, damn.
That is sad because people who are really into that game put a lot of time and money into it.
Oh, of course.
for sure.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Guess they better put a lot of time and money into a PC.
Hope it's got cross-platform save.
Okay, but with that being said, though, I mean, if you're going to put a lot of time and money into a game that you hope to continue for a long time, don't do it on console.
No.
Like,
Yeah, well, I
because
mean,
PC, we still have PC games that have been running forever. You know, running servers for a long time that people put a shit ton of money into. Like
yeah, but in the
console
same
changes-
vein, you know, people have been playing fucking what's that one game, No Man's Sky on console, getting the same updates for, you know what I mean? You can't just
well,
be
you know,
punished for
there's
playing
not a lot
on
of in-game-
console. You know what I
Well,
mean?
no, yeah, I was talking about like mainly the money aspect. There's not a lot of in-game purchases for now.
People were playing Halo 2 like up until like or Halo 2 and Halo 3 on the original consoles like up until like 2 years ago whenever they shut everything off. It's pretty crazy. But at Super Smash Bros. Melee, you can't forget about that. That's one of those games that will never die. Anyways, Devin?
I think it's me.
No, it's
Oh, it's Brent.
And Overwatch 2 beta is on the way in April, and an alpha test kicks off for the hero shooter this week. Blizzard has announced. Additionally, the company is splitting up its PvE and PvP modes in order to get a portion of the game into hands of players sooner than that would otherwise be possible.
There's a PvE.
yeah, I was just gonna ask the same thing.
I don't know. Apparently,
I didn't realize.
So they're trying to get the PvP out to people sooner while they continue to work on the PvE aspects. So, you know, that's cool. I guess they're pulling a Halo Infinite, you know, just drop what they can when they can, you know.
Aren't a lot of the dedicated players like pissed about
Overwatch 2 because
yeah.
it drops the 5v5 and goes 4.
Yeah.
Like so, like
That's
there's
some
like
other
pro
shit.
players who are like on a team like playing like that class or whatever that is just gonna get wiped out of this. Like there's
Here's
like
an idea. Maybe they should just keep playing Overwatch 1. If
well,
they, like,
nobody's gonna watch it. That's the thing. It's like when Overwatch 2 drops,
Well, then
everyone's gonna be
get
Overwatch.
good, dog,
No, but
you
check
know?
it out. You have these already pro 5-player teams, and then so like the
Trained on
next
this one-
game comes out. It's like, sorry, bro, we're
Look,
gonna have
man,
to cut one of you
They
guys.
all know amongst themselves who the weak link is, you know? I think it's all time they all just sat down and axed the fucking weakest link.
But
Put
isn't
a
there-
guy on the bench, you know? And
Isn't
have
there
a
like
backup
role?
guy, you
Isn't
know?
there like a role dynamic in that game though?
Yeah,
like
there
we
is.
have,
You're
like,
gonna have to change
like
up
support,
with the times, you
defense,
know?
or offense,
That's
whatever.
just all there is to
I
it.
say
Or
they
play
kill
the
him.
old game.
They kill them. No, they have
Kill
a
'em.
free for all, right? They have a free for all, and whoever the last one's standing.
Yeah.
Look, Jay-Z
first one
said it
down?
best, you know? You want my old shit, buy my old album. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, they got to keep it fresh somehow. You know what I mean?
I do like that Jay-Z said that. Thank you for bringing that. The wise words of Jay-Z. Yeah, Jay-Z's
I
a
wonder what the
crazy dude.
PvE is going to be. If it's going to be like a story or just like a co-op
Probably
bullshit.
just like some kind of monsters on the map or something that like attack you while you're fighting.
Y'all
and
remember when Fortnite was supposed to have a PvE shit?
They did
Or
for
it
a
was
long
like
time.
paid.
Yeah, they turned it
they-
off.
Yeah.
They actually have it regularly. Like every now and then they'll have like PvE elements on the map like all the time.
No, I'm talking
No,
about like
but
the
it was like a
whole
whole
specific
story.
like
Oh, yeah,
section
the-
of the game.
The Save
yeah.
the World thing.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
like what originally was supposed to come out.
And then they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit, people like this battle royale. We're gonna focus on this."
Yeah. Devon, what is the news?
The news is here. So a new World of Warcraft expansion will be revealed next month. Blizzard is how Blizzard and Activision are even doing this stuff is beyond me. But Blizzard is gearing up for a series of new Warcraft reveals in the coming months, including a new expansion for World of Warcraft and a Warcraft mobile game announcement.
Whack.
On-
Have they not learned their lesson
They
about
can-
doing mobile games?
I mean, with how the OG Warcraft looks, phones can play that shit now.
It should be on console already. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, and they need to make it free to play. Like, just get over yourself. Make it free to play.
Get over yourself.
Like, for real. Like, just stop. Make it free to play.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
not like you're using that money for anything good. All the people that liked you don't like you anymore. So just fucking go free to play.
But yeah, it's happening on March 15th.
Okay.
Oh no, today. What is today? No,
Yeah, March 15th.
yeah.
Activision is developing a brand new AAA mobile version of Call of Duty Warzone.
Oh.
In a blogspot post on the Call of Duty website, the company encouraged developers to join its in-house team to build a version of Warzone from the ground up for mobile. As the game isn't just a straight port, and Activision is still hiring developers to make it, Warzone on mobile likely won't release for a while yet. When it does arrive, however, Activision promises it will, quote-unquote, bring the thrilling, fluid, and large-scale action of Call of Duty Warzone to players on the go. This large-scale battle royale experience is being built natively for mobile with cutting-edge technology designed to entertain gamers around the world for many years to come. Aaron does. It's all a lie. I knew it. You guys just filming a regular-ass apartment. Yeah, it's
This
true.
is actually a green screen.
Aaron,
Surprise!
you've been here though.
Nah, this is all green screen, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
Fuck.
The mirror is not even real. Like, I could stand in front of it and it don't show nothing. But no, yeah, our lighting died, therefore our green screen died. So
could not get bright enough to work with the chroma yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a light explosion, if you
our
will.
second light explosion in like
My
a
life
month.
was in danger.
Literally both of the lights we had exploded. Like,
Yeah.
not even just like, oh, it doesn't work anymore. It was like,
They-
No, the
Yeah.
whole fixture, there was wires like protruding out of the fucking bulb. Yeah.
yep. But we'll have better lights, hopefully. We'll buy some
Hopefully
nicer
less
ones.
explodey lights.
Yeah. We'll get LEDs this time. I don't know. Those were LEDs, weren't they?
Yeah, they're LEDs,
Yeah.
but better LEDs.
Yeah, better
I
Less
don't know why there was a
exploding.
giant bulb attached to it.
better LEDs. Anyways, yeah, so who's Brent?
Gee, let's see. Though it was never officially announced, anyone who has been to Universal Hollywood in the last year has undoubtedly seen the Super Nintendo World, a new themed area in the park, which is well under construction.
Nice.
Now we have a better idea of
Dope.
when it will open. Universal Studios Hollywood has announced its Super Nintendo World will open next year in 2023. That comes on the heels of Universal Studios Japan opening its version in 2021. The U.S. debut of Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood will transport theme park guests and Nintendo fans into the world of Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach to become a part of their compelling universe, the press release reads. So, that's fun.
Yeah, very fun. Too bad it won't be open when I go to Disney
Well,
World.
it's going to be in Hollywood one, so it's on the other
Yeah.
side of the country.
Oh, shit. Okay, I was thinking of Florida. I don't
Wow,
know.
shows how much you listen to Brent.
I just don't hear, like, whenever they say, like, the location.
The
My brain
specifics.
is just like,
No, to be
Ooh,
fair, I
Nintendo
read that
World.
like 3 times before it registered that it was the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I think Universal Studios, I think Orlando.
Orlando,
I mean, that's
automatically.
the hot
Yeah.
one, you know?
I didn't know there was another one.
Me either. Me either.
That's why, like, you said it, and I was like, Florida. Florida.
Flow right up.
But, yeah.
In other news, Pokemon cards. Man sent to prison for using COVID relief funds to buy a shiny Charizard.
Gotta do what you
Wait,
gotta do.
Why was he sent to prison?
Because he
He used
his-
COVID relief funds to
Wait,
buy.
what?
Like, he got he didn't
Well, like a
just get
stimulus check?
No,
Oh.
it wasn't a stimulus. He probably got like PPP loans or something.
Oh,
So a
okay.
man from Georgia,
I was like,
USA,
damn, they're like,
has been
this guy
banned.
blew his stimmy on a Charizard and just went to prison.
They're like,
dude.
nah,
No.
fuck it, you're going to
They're
jail.
like, it's too irresponsible. We're just taking you right away.
Buy a Charizard card, go straight to jail.
No. So a man from Georgia has been jailed for fraudulently using COVID-19 relief payments to buy a rare shiny Charizard. As reported by Polygon, 31-year-old
Oh my
Vinath
god.
Odomson pretended to be a small business owner to receive
Yep.
an $85,000 economic injury disaster loan.
How much did he pay for the
and then
Charizard?
spent most of it on the card.
Most of it.
The first
Oh my
edition
God.
shadowless holographic Charizard, super rare, super shiny, was bought for $57,789
Holy shit.
in December and has now been handed over to the state.
Oh, so the
Damn.
government just has seized this Pokemon card?
yeah, because then
dude?
they can turn around and sell
sell
it.
it in an auction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to be at
Wait,
that auction.
so the guy who got the Pokemon, who sold the Pokemon card, he doesn't like lose the money, does he?
yeah,
Like,
he just lost the card. That was his money.
No,
55
no, no,
grand.
no,
in
the
it.
guy who sold
it too.
Oh, no,
the-
no, no.
Oh, okay, I was about to say he's not just out like 57 grand and his cool Pokemon card, right?
No.
Like,
I mean, unless he knew, like,
yeah,
for
it's
a
like,
fact.
it's not his fault that
Yeah.
he got. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, he's sentenced to 3 years in prison.
Holy shit.
3 years of supervised release afterward, and must
What is
also pay.
What
a
are they afraid he's
$10,000
gonna do when
fine.
he gets out? He's not like a hardened like fucking. I mean, yeah, he's a fraudster, but he's not like a
That is a
like
lot
a
of
violent
money.
criminal.
You know, he'll probably be out in the next year or
Well,
two. You know?
Nah, it's federal. It's a federal crime.
Jamel.
There's
Oh.
no. You don't get out early in federal crimes.
Really?
Like no.
Okay.
And that goes into my point that it matters most when you're fucking over the
Yeah.
government.
if you go to federal prison, like there's no. Whatever they give you, that's what you get. So 3
Yeah.
years over a fucking Charizard, and he doesn't even get the Charizard.
Man, that sucks.
He doesn't get the money.
That's
Like,
a lot of your life, like just fucking.
yeah, think before you bank, boys. That's the truth right there.
Or try to rip off the biggest
Yeah.
mafia in the world, the U.S. government.
The government will fuck you up. But anyways, the newest Xbox Series X and S update has made it so that Quick Resume can pin up to 2 games as well as some additional quality of life changes.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so Quick Resume is a feature on the Xbox that lets players instantly resume a game from where it was left off. The last major Quick Resume update made the feature even faster, but today's update makes it more versatile. With the update, 2 games can be pinned to Quick Resume. The only way pinned games cease Quick Resume support is if they're manually removed or the games take a mandatory update.
That's dope.
Yeah.
PlayStation can only do 1 game at a time, suspended.
Step it up.
I
No, I'm
know.
just kidding. No, also in the update is the ability to remap the share button. Normally, tapping the share button will take a screenshot while holding it down will capture a video, but users can remap the button for a variety of different actions like mute TV, open friends list, open achievements, and more. So that's pretty cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
Very nice.
Very custom. But,
All right.
Yeah,
Is it me or is it Devin?
it's Brent.
Okay. We got more news from our Warner Bros. Over there at Warner Bros. They said that Gotham Knights developer Montreal has a new release date for its upcoming action game starring Batman's vigilante family, as the game will now be released on October 25th this year. So, yeah, we can expect it at the end of the year.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I'm honestly expecting Harry Potter probably around the same time. I think they're going to try to slam them both out.
Yeah.
In
I
the
could
same
see it.
window, like holiday area. I honestly would hope, like, it'd be really cool if they were like at this Harry Potter thing. They're like, oh, by the way, it's dropping next month. You know,
Dude,
you know how
no,
hype
I
that
don't-
would be.
I don't
You
need
know,
that right
that
now,
would blow
man.
the fucking roof
They're like,
off.
actually, turn on your PlayStation right now.
Dude. It's already downloaded.
They just downloaded it to your PlayStation like without your
you still gotta buy it.
consent. It's like
It's a
we
60
check
do-
your bank account. We already withdrew the money. Fuck.
Oh
I got
God.
bills to pay.
So one of my favorite pieces of news this week. Fucking FaZe Clan welcomes Snoop Dogg as new director and team member.
What?
Yeah, so Snoop Dogg's actually been streaming for a little while now. I don't know how long,
He
but
plays at Apex a lot apparently.
yeah, and then gets pissed off on Madden too, and like he got really mad playing some
There's
Madden
that-
and
yeah, I
left
saw
his
that.
stream on for like 12 hours or some shit. So yeah, Snoop Dogg has joined FaZe Clan's board of directors and will now produce content under the brand's umbrella. Snoop has streamed games on Twitch for years and will continue to as part of FaZe Clan, though as a board member will be responsible for grander business initiatives. So he's going to do a lot of fucking marketing and advertising for him, including a community outreach program intended to support young people. Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Very cool.
I hate the young people.
Fuck them kids. FaZe Clan announced that the hip-hop legend would represent the brand as FaZe Snoop and believes his decades of entertainment experience will lead the company forward. Yeah, anything that Snoop does, he just does it good. Like, and he does so many different things now.
Yeah.
I listened to him he was on Joe Rogan, and he talked about all the different shit that he's like involved with, and yeah, he's
Just
like, oh,
does
that's
it.
cool. I'm gonna go do that. Like,
Yeah, that's why everyone says
mean-
he's on his side quests now. Like he already beat the main story mode, so now he's just doing all the side quests.
I don't blame him.
I love Snoop, man. He seems like good people.
Yeah, he does. He seems really high. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know why. He just
I
says
don't
this-
know. Like I feel like FaZe Clan is gonna get smoked the fuck out. Like he's gonna like show up with all those like teenage like game players, and he's gonna be like, "Y'all ready to die? Like y'all ready to get so high that you die?" Like, It's gonna be fun. Ain't nobody trying to watch that old ass man.
Shit.
Dang, Drive-By Joe's just driving by today. Fucking.
He ain't that old,
3
actually.
into
He's
the
only like in
phone.
his 50s.
That's pretty old.
Pretty
I mean,
old.
like, no, but like, there's a lot of older celebrities.
Oh,
doing
of course.
Shit, like,
yeah. Like all of them. But you know. Yeah. But anyways, let's see who we got here. What
Jamal. We got Jamal.
So the chick who was working at Bethesda, the one who remember she worked at was working on the game, the Ghostwire Tokyo game, and then she left. Remember, she was right at the beginning of it. She worked on the older ones.
Oh, the Evil Within girl.
Yeah, and she was really funny and quirky and whatnot.
Yeah, she's cool.
So her name is Ikumi Nakamura. The fan favorite director, previously of Bethesda's Tango Gameworks, has revealed her new studio called Unseen.
Oh, shit.
In an exclusive interview with IGN, Nakamura says her studio will be multicultural and its games will focus on her interest in mystery, horror, sci-fi, and the supernatural.
That's cool.
Nakamura announced Unseen today with a trailer that introduces her vision for the studio. The Tokyo studio acts as a terminal, Nakamura explains, a place where different cultures intersect, a hub for artists to gather. We want to transcend various medium beyond the realm of video games. So that's cool.
Beyond the realm of living. No.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Drive-By Joe said back on Snoop, he said he looked like a grandma. You better get off my boy Snoop.
He is a grandpa, I imagine, by now. But,
How many kids does Snoop have? I don't even know.
I imagine at
1, 2,
3
into
the
the
4. He's like, no, I have 5.
No, I really don't know how many kids Snoop Dogg has. Oh.
Okay,
All right.
Brent,
Yeah,
Devo?
here we go. 2015 open world game Dying Light has just received a major upgrade for players on the PS5 and PS4 Pro, barely a month after the release of the game's sequel, Dying Light 2 Stay Human. The patch includes new modes that take advantage of the PS5's performance boost, which can be accessed in the game's option menu. The upgrade comes with 3 new video modes specifically for PS5, an upgraded performance mode, which runs at 60 frames per second in full HD, blah, blah, blah. Basically, the 4K 30, the other one that's not as good. They got it all. And it's coming to Xbox soon. So, there you go. A little something for everybody if you're a Dying Light fan.
Okay.
Very cool. So something that I hadn't seen or heard about in a while, the Skull and Bones long-delayed Ubisoft pirate game opens applications for public testing.
I thought that game got canceled.
Yeah, me too.
I thought I saw something about it getting indefinitely delayed. I thought
Maybe that's what it was.
or something. Yeah, but
usually
Ubisoft
indefinitely delayed is like a
Cancel.
a polite way of
preliminary.
saying canceled. Yeah.
So, yeah, but Ubisoft is inviting a select number of players to play and test its pirate game, Skull and Bones.
5
Should we
of them.
cancel this? You guys come try it real quick.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I mean, they've got the shit. If they were just to take, basically Black Flag and take all, the ship mechanics and stuff and the fighting from
I think that was their idea originally.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just too ambitious.
So, a new insider program, spotted by Eurogamer, will let carefully selected players access a very early version of the game in order to give feedback issues to Ubisoft. This isn't quite the same as a beta, where players can sample a near-complete version of the game early, but instead is more like a quality assurance position where early access testers will work closely with Ubisoft to iron out problems in the game.
All right. So Nintendo has announced that Advanced Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp has been delayed due to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. The Switch remake of the first 2 Advanced Wars games was supposed to be released on April 8th, but Nintendo has announced in a tweet that it has decided to delay the game in light of recent world events. Those events refer to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. While Advanced Wars does not depict any real-world conflict nor show battles in a realistic fashion, it could be considered disrespectful to release a war-focused game during a time of such crisis. What? So no new release date has been announced for Advanced Wars 1+2. It may be that Nintendo elects to wait for the conflict in Ukraine to de-escalate before making any further decision on a release date. That's very Nintendo of them.
Meanwhile, the Russians have already legally bootlegged the game.
Yeah.
And are playing it over there.
Like I love this. I can't even do a Russian accent. What's a Russian accent? Say I.
What do you got?
Yeah, give me something.
I love this new.
I love Nintendo games.
There we go. I love
Advanced
this.
Wars 2 is the best Nintendo game on the platform, comrade.
I just love hearing people speak in a Russian accent. It's like the one accent I cannot do. It's like it automatically goes to like Borat. I like.
It's a fine line, yeah.
Anyways,
Mother Russia would be disappointed.
Mother eyes. No, just kidding. Brett, what you got?
Okay, let's see. Of all the games that were likely to get a re-release in 2022, N64 title Glover was not high on our list. That's their list.
Yeah,
not
ours.
mine.
Yeah.
The 1998 game is soon going to release with a new version on PC. However, it will be... Oh, God, they wrote this weird. It's going to be out on Steam on April 20th, okay?
Sweet.
So, get hype, all you Glover fans out there. I know there's a bunch of you.
All two of you. Enjoy it. What the fuck? All right, Devon?
I'm out.
I am also out.
I'll see you guys later.
So F-Zero X became the 13th Nintendo 64 game available on Switch. It came out March 11th. So players can enjoy the fast-paced futuristic racing as part of the Switch Online expansion pack, which costs $49.99 and is the only way to play N64 games on the console. So there you go. You got F-Zero X on there.
Glover. Wait.
No, Glover's for something else. PS5, okay. What else we got here? We've talked about that. Elden Ring. Some news about Elden Ring. It has become Steam's sixth biggest game by concurrence. So it's only growing in popularity apparently. That's crazy. So Elden Ring's peak concurrent users currently stands at 953,426 players. That's concurrent players, not just people playing
who have played the game.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then
speed runs are getting ridiculous.
Oh yeah, somebody beat it in like 38 minutes the other day. Like beat the whole game. Well, I at least saw the story. I don't know if they beat like.
Well, no. So the speed runs that are the ones that are like an hour and whatnot, they're doing some weird, funky speedrunner shit, like they always do. Like like weird ways to get to a specific area really fast and this and that, and then basically skipping to the last bosses, and then beating them.
So another Elden Ring bit of news here. Fans are debating the meaning of a few curiously locked parts of the lands between, with many concluding that they'll be used for PvP or boss rush DLC editions, although the latter seems much less likely. So it's very
the Colosseums.
Yeah, the Colosseums and the lands between, and subsequently have been basically people have been confused about why you can't go inside of them.
Well, and there was people that they data mined and somehow saw like some stuff about the DLC, and it definitely pointed to it either pointed to PvP or pointed to something to do with those Colosseums.
Oh, that's cool. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind of story DLC too. Dark Souls 3 had a bunch of like DLC
story stuff. Yeah. Well, not story, but campaign stuff.
Yeah.
But a legitimate setup PvP mode would be really fun, especially with the vast number of different builds and shit that you can have. And instead of just like going in and invading and taking the chance on being like a 1v2, you could just go to the designated PvP area.
And fight random people.
Yeah, fight random people, set up tournaments. They could do a whole tournament deal, all kinds of shit with that.
Yeah, that could be a lot of fun.
Honestly, I think Dark Souls would be one of the only IPs that would make like a really good battle royale. Like if you dropped in like
oh my
naked.
god,
yeah, just naked.
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
You find like different weapons, like because
you can upgrade. You find golden seeds all over the place, and you can like upgrade your class really fast.
Yeah,
because
dude.
like say like if you were like somebody, because if you're really skilled, you might only have like what your starting weapon is, and you might still be able to take on somebody who found like a really awesome weapon.
Yeah.
You know, like just because of how much skill it takes to play the game.
The only thing that I could see being like, or figuring out how to work out is like the stats and stuff. How would you work around stats?
Everybody gets the same stats. Like, like if you pick up a weapon, it's going to like,
it'd be usable.
Maybe it starts everybody with like 50 points or something, and you can allocate them to whatever
that'd be
stats
tight.
you want. You know what I mean?
Maybe like, take the chance on putting your stats going off the first weapon you find.
Yeah, and instead
or
of
holding
skydiving in, like it starts you with like 3 minutes, and you're like at a bonfire or whatever, just randomly throughout the map.
No, you get a minute. Because 3 minutes would be too much.
Yeah, well, whatever amount of time you need to like work through your stats and shit. And then like once your time's up, everybody just stands up from some random bonfire on this map, and then all just go at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, start running.
That'd be cool.
That'd be a fun ass game. Anyway, so that's it for the news this week. We're gonna jump on over to this week's releases, where I'm gonna let you guys know which brand new games you can get in the next 7 days, starting with GTA 5 and GTA 5 Online for the Series S and X and PS5.
20 years later.
Yes, 20 years later, we're getting the upgraded version for the next gen consoles, and get ready because it's coming March 15th. For $39. There's no free update on this bullshit.
Doesn't matter how many times you bought this fucking game.
Hey, but if you have a PS5 out there, and I know there's a few of you, Aaron, if you're listening, get on your PS5 and go get the fucking, GTA Online is free right now on PS5. And I think the actual game itself is like $9.99, which I don't recommend buying it again. But anything that's free, I'm all about it. You know what I mean?
And then pay $40 for the upgrade.
Yeah.
No. It's not. It is the upgraded version. It's a limited time offer.
Oh, okay.
It's on sale on Xbox right now too, but it's not as good of a deal.
Gotcha.
Yeah, PlayStation had the better sale on it.
Okay, I thought you meant like go buy the old one.
Are they getting? Now, is PC going to have access to some better graphics for it?
I think they've already had that.
Or that, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it
I don't know.
Or
See, that's the thing. I've played the PC version recently, and I don't think that there is ray tracing or anything like that. I go into the options of every game and like scroll through just to see what it's got. You know what I mean? That's like my fucking downfall with PC games. I'll spend like an hour and a half like before I even play the game, just like.
And the reason I ask is because my 2060 runs it at Ultra 4K, or maybe not Ultra High or Ultra 4K, like without a hitch.
See, so mine kind of struggles with it actually. That's a little weird.
Really?
At 1440 even, which is strange. You know what I mean?
I might have to check my settings, but I'm pretty sure
Are
it's
you running
at least high.
DirectX 11 or DirectX 12?
I don't know. I'm on. No, I don't know.
I know mine runs it real well on DirectX 11, but there's a lot of like newer graphical features that you can't use through DirectX 11.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the latter. Then maybe I'm using older software.
So Paradise Killer is coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S and X March 16th for $19.99. Paradise Killer is an open-world murder mystery. You play as Lady Love Dies, an investigation freak who is summoned from exile to decide who the murderer is. To decide? Like, not to determine.
You're the murderer.
It's like, why?
Because I've decided.
This guy looks like a jerk. He's
Kill
the murderer. Yeah.
And then we have Tunic coming to Xbox One, PC, and Mac on March 16th. Couldn't find a price, but Tunic is an action-adventure about a tiny fox in a big world. Explore the wilderness, discover spooky ruins, and fight terrible creatures from long ago.
This one actually looks really good. It's like a direct love letter to the early Zelda games. Like your little fox is dressed up like Link, and he's going through like a top-down Zelda-type adventure.
Open world.
It looks really cute. Like the whole game looks like it's really enjoyable.
Apparently, it's good. Like reviews have said it's great. Then we have Anno Mutationum coming to PS4 and PC on March 17th for $24.99. In this sci-fi action-adventure game with RPG elements, you become Anne, a highly skilled combat-trained lone wolf on a personal mission in a giant metropolis. And then we have Black Geyser, Couriers of Darkness, coming to PC on March 17th. Couldn't find a price, but Black Geyser Couriers of Darkness is an isometric party and XP-based real-time RPG set in the world of Urangol. Solve mysteries, fight epic battles, help beggars and kings alike, outwit swindlers and gods, and never forget, greed has many forms and many names.
Ah, yes, Urangol. Right next to Pissvale.
Is that next to the shitty? Then we have Dark Deity coming to Switch on March 17th for $24.99. Dark Deity is a turn-based linear story RPG with an expansive and original story, 30 playable characters, 54 playable classes, 320 weapons spells, 120 skills, 450 plus unit bond conversions, conversations, and game-changing relics. Okay. And then we got Monster. All right. And then we got Monster Energy Supercross, the official Game 5, coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S and X, and PC. March 17th for $59.99. Rev up your fucking engines for Monster Energy Supercross, the official video Game 5, which features a renewed career mode, 2 strokes bikes, and improved track editor.
You gotta stroke the bike.
I feel like one of these types of games comes out like every month.
I've done at least 3 of these like announcements for these. Experience what it means to be the greatest XX legend. It means that you're probably an alcoholic, like 45, like just chilling. The Onde is coming to PC on March 17th, kind of under price, but catch a wave in Onde, a smooth sound surfing platformer which places players in a beautiful, albeit strange world filled with wonder, carrying them on a musical journey through magical environments inspired by nature.
Dude,
sounds right.
No way.
It's coming, boys. And then we got Persona 4 Arena Ultimax coming to PS4, Switch, and PC on March 17th for $29.99.
Okay.
Persona 4 Arena Ultimax will improve on the award-winning fighting game formula with battle-altering one-hit special attacks and new characters, including Yukari Takeba, and Junpei
Taco Bell?
Junpei Lori from Persona 3.
Wait, isn't Junpei the... Oh, never mind. I'm pretty sure Junpei's like the little girl in the game that's like fucking... I don't know.
You're asking the wrong
she can throw hands.
people.
I don't know if she can throw hands, though, dude.
And a brand new character, Sho Minazuki. Okay. And then we have Shredders coming to Xbox and PC on March 17th. Couldn't find a price, but what next generation? Oh, with next generation technology and kick-ass physics, Shredders is a snowboarding experience on massive mountains.
Oh, yeah.
Multiplayer is baked into its core, so you can explore the vast mountain range on your own or discover the best spots with your friends. Okay. And then we got Kowloon High School Chronicle.
That game is coming day 1 to Xbox, by the way. The
Game
Shredder
Pass?
game, yeah.
Nice. Does it look good?
It looks like fun enough, like any other snowboarding game, you know what I mean?
No.
Like SSX or something.
Oh, it looks like SSX. That's what I was about to say. I want some SSX, dude, or some AMP.
That's the kind of vibe I was getting, but maybe I'm, mistaken.
So Kowloon High School Chronicle is a hybrid RPG adventure and first-person simulation game. Then we have Royal Frontier coming to Xbox One, Series S and X, PS4, PS5, Switch, PC, and on March 18th for $6.99. Royal Frontier is an epic, lighthearted, turn-based strategic roguelite RPG where players must choose the right paths, make the right decisions while making the most of the resources you have available, and guide the settler safely through the continent.
Okay, that guy is from Persona 3, I think.
Oh, okay. Not a little girl.
It's like some dude, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember him at all from Persona 4, or Persona 5, so I'm just assuming he was in a different one.
It said 3.
Oh, okay.
He's from 3.
He's from 3. Okay. There you go.
Then we got Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin, coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S and X, PC, March 18th for $59.99. Step into a world of dark fantasy and revel in the exhilarating action-packed battles. Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin explores a bold new vision of the Final Fantasy series with action RPG gameplay designed in the collaboration with Team Ninja. And then finally, we have Who Pressed Mute on Uncle Marcus coming to Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S and X, PC, and mobile on March 18th for $12.99. Someone has poisoned Uncle Marcus. So make decisions through the story to uncover the truth and try to save him before it is too late in the FMV adventure Who Pressed Mute on Uncle Marcus. And that's
it's an FMV? Okay.
Sounds horrible.
I don't know, man. I kind of get a kick out of FMVs. I don't know why.
Is that like a real thing? Like, so
I really do. I don't know why. It's like the Black Mirror Bandersnatch thing was a lot of fun to me. You know.
you would have liked the Hooters game on PS2. Like,
What?
I think it was PS2.
Like Hooters, like the restaurant.
Yeah, it was like a Hooters restaurant game where you drive like cars, and then in between there's like FMVs of Hooter like waitresses.
That sounds ridiculous, dude.
It's such a early 2000s thing to happen. Like, who was like, well, you know what we need on the PS2? A fucking Hooters racing game, dude. And like,
Jesus
it's
Christ.
someone,
Dude,
someone.
that is like the
okay,
most 2002 thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
like, I'm sure it was on the same shelf as like,
the Burger King Sneak King or some
Yeah,
shit, dude.
and the little mini bike racer.
Oh yeah, or Chex Quest, dude. Actually, Chex Quest was next level, dude. I can't even lump that into the same category as all these other promotional video games. What's that Pepsi game that was on the computer back in the day?
Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man, dude.
Yeah.
I think it might have been on the original PlayStation. I think it
Holy shit,
was
man.
dumb, dude. You were like, it was like Temple Run, but you were a
Pepsi
Man, and you were running through collecting Pepsis. It was weird.
And a man.
See, I've seen the Pepsi Man, but I thought he was just a sheer creation from memes.
No.
Oh no, he's he's a character from a game.
You learn something new every day.
So let's now that we're done with this week's releases, we're gonna jump on over to currently playing.
Pepsi Man can't hurt you. Pepsi Man.
Elden Ring, and we're done. No.
Yeah.
No, I finished Horizon Forbidden West, which was amazing.
Very
Like
nice.
10 out of 10 good. Really, really
Ooh.
amazing game. Like probably the best, like okay, top 10 best looking games I've ever seen. The only reason I won't give it like straight up best game I've ever seen, like as far as looks goes, is just because there's some weird like graphical glitches that happen every now and then. Like you'll have like light refract in a weird way and it'll kind of bug out the game, or like the grass will have like a shimmer to it or something sometimes, you know. So like there's a few weird like graphical anomalies that I think they're like working on in patches, but like it's definitely up there. Like if all of these problems were fixed, it would look like twice as good as like Red Dead Redemption 2. Like it's
So
like,
they're pretty they happen pretty often.
yeah. Yeah, enough to
okay.
be an issue, you know what I mean? But it's still amazing, like, the amount of detail they have on the characters. Like, you can see, like, the peach fuzz on their face and whenever it's just, like, in a normal scene in the game. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane the amount of detail they have. Like, you can see, like, the reflections of, like, the scenery around you in their eyes when you're just, like, rotating the camera around your character. Like, it's...
How close were you to the screen to see this?
You can, well, first of all, I'm sitting like right in front of a giant 55-inch, but you can totally,
Same.
you got like a photo mode, which I spent a ridiculous amount of time playing with, and you can
look, like, real
you can move
close.
the camera wherever you want and like
Yeah.
get right up on them if you want, you know. It's insane how detailed it is. But just aside from the graphics, the story itself, first of all, the original Horizon Zero Dawn is a must-play in my book. I feel like it's a solid game with a really good story. But, like, this story was, like, way more epic and crazy than the first game. I don't know. Like, all in all, excellent game. You know, I definitely, like, my only complaint is, like, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but you, like, get some really cool powers at the end of the game that I wish it would give you, like, earlier in the game, because it would have made, like, the last half of the game a lot more fun if you'd gotten them, you know, earlier. But still, really cool game, you know. And then I moved on to Elden Ring, because, you know, that's the hot thing right now,
Yes.
you know.
Hype.
And, yeah, pretty fucking good. Pretty good. I see what all the hubbub's about, you know. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely like the most fun, like Souls-like game I've had. Like the least stressful one. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah,
Like-
that's what kept me in it.
Yeah, like
yeah.
other ones will make you fucking like rage, dude. Like, and this one, it's like, yeah, I die a lot, but it's like usually I respawn at least
Pretty
close
close.
enough to where I can like, you know.
Yeah,
like-
and it puts like a grace point like right before like main bosses, so you're not
Yeah.
having to get through a whole drudge of shit just to get one shot.
Or if
like-
you do, like, you can, like, usually dodge your way there to get your runes.
Just
You
run,
know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, But the problem with like the old Souls game, like, okay, there's only been like 3 or 4 times where I've lost like more than 5,000 or 6,000 runes at a time. You know what I mean? And it's like, when that happens, it just crushes my fucking soul. You know what I mean? Like, if I lose my whole stack of fucking runes, I'm like, oh my god, I hate that. But another thing I really like about Elden Ring is like the ability, like, okay, first of all, in all games like this, every RPG that's a big open world game, I hoard stuff and I sell it. That's like my thing. I'm like a fucking traveling merchant barter guy. Like, and I always end up in these games with just bazillions of coins that I'm never going to be able to spend because I'm so like economically sound in the game economy. You know what I mean? And like, this game, like, first of all, I found a merchant that's right next to a site of grace, and it's like my favorite thing. There's a couple I found in the game that are like this, but there's one that I like go to religiously. It's like my favorite little spot on the map. And like every time I like murder a whole like army of people and like take all their shit, I go to this little merchant guy and I sell him all my shit and get like a fuck ton of runes from him. And then I like, you know, level up a little more, you know, and it's just this satisfying loop. Like, I already have enough to level up sometimes. Usually that's when I go to the fire to begin with, and then I'll be like, you know what, I might have enough gear to sell to like level up again, you know what I mean? So I've got this like relatively strong dude. Like, I can basically murk everybody in Limgrave in like one hit, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I had a weird encounter though earlier. I was just like exploring, trying to get stronger for Godric, you know what I mean? And like, I fucking found like this bridge, right? And I like killed this dude on the bridge and like
went Pumpkinhead?
No.
Oh, okay.
I killed this like horse guy on the bridge and went about my way. And then like I came back through there after dying. Like I come back over the same bridge on the same side of grace, and this time the horse guy is there, and like this fucking mega boss shows up on the bridge. He's like gigantic, and he's got this huge life bar, and it's like dun 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 dun.
The Black Knight on the horse?
The Black Cavalry Knight or whatever.
Yeah,
so like I pretty much had him down to like there, you know, and like I almost killed him. It was like really close, you know, and he fucking iced me, you know.
Dark Souls.
And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go give this guy what for, you know what I mean? So I go back to the place where he was, ready to just smoke his ass, you know, because I was like, anytime I get you past halfway, I'm like, okay, I can do this. I'm gonna do this over and over again until I fucking do it like that. I don't know if you fought the. Well, it's kind of hard to miss. There's like in the castle, there's like the fucking thing with like a billion arms, and like there's arms hanging off all the ceiling. I fought that thing like 400 times in a row because I was just so mad at it. You know what I mean? It kept doing this like stabby thing on me and just fucking me up, like throwing off my timing. So, but I finally killed it, and it was so satisfying because I expected it to respawn after I killed it. I just wanted to kill it for my own, like, pride, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I went back down there after killing it the first time. I was, like, expecting it to be there again, and I was like, I might just fuck it up again just to... and it was gone. I was like, that's so satisfying when you kill an enemy that just goes away after you kill it, you know? Like the big dude that was throwing spears outside of the fucking castle. That was satisfying to kill his ass, too.
Yeah.
He falls down and the whole fucking earth shakes, and it's like, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Also, I found lots of random mini-bosses, like, I don't know, anytime I kill something and it's like, enemy fell or vanquished, I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
bitch.
Yeah, it was enemy felled, great enemy felled.
Oh, yeah.
Legend.
It's
I
funny
haven't got any
like,
legends.
When you kill him, like on, like, because we're all on, I guess, Steam together or whatever, it'll be like someone in your group killed you know, like a boss or whatever. Like it'll pop up. It'll be like, so blah 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 felled this person or whatever, and everybody's like, yeah. Like, but
yeah, I just beat Radon yesterday, I think. Yeah.
I just started and I smoked fucking Margit's little bitch ass.
What build are you
I'm
with?
samurai with a fucking Uchi katana. And that, you know what's funny? I just realized how to like upgrade the katana, like
with the ashes of war or like
with
the armament.
with the smithing stones.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that was even like a thing until after I was like right at the fucking entrance to Godric. Like, you know what I mean? Like I fought my whole way there with just base level fucking Uchi katana, you know what I mean? So then I just I had a dickload of smithing stones because I've just been like hoarding them, you know what I mean? So I fucking just upgraded the shit out of it, like 3 levels, and now I'm just like ching, and everybody's just, you know what I mean? It's so satisfying.
Also, did you let that? Did you get to the round table yet? Like, have you?
Oh yeah.
Did you let that bitch hold you?
Yeah.
So you probably have a debuff going on right now. So like, she put something in your inventory called like
it goes away eventually.
Yeah, but it's like, dude, it stays forever. Like, you need to drink the thing. Like, she put something in your inventory. When you drink it, it gives you 5% back of your health. Like, she basically took 5% of your health by doing that, by you allowing her to hold.
What is it? What do I get in return?
It's something about like I think poise or something. Like, you get like a certain amount of poise, but if you drink that,
what does the poise even do?
It keeps you from staggering, but like, you're a dex build, so that's not gonna happen.
Not really matter if I'm not blocking. Yeah. I don't even carry a shield anymore. I sell them when I find them.
I got my fucking twin blade, like Darth Maul type shit.
Dude, it's actually kind of disappointing because I found so many cool weapons that I just can't use. Like, I found this
make another build,
bro. I know. Can you like stash the weapons and use them later?
Yeah, you can swap them. You just need someone else.
Have you been selling them?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, that's a horrible idea. Like, you can only, like, certain weapons you can only find once, like, through your playthrough. Like, and then
what? Like, so if I start a new game, I can't fucking
like, if you start a new game with a new character, you could find them again. But like,
I'm not gonna like get a different character and play on my game with a different character.
That's what I was saying. So like,
if I do a new character, I'm gonna start a whole new game like from the very scratch.
No, because you can rebuff, like, or not rebuff, but you can like actually respec.
No.
Later,
I'm committed, dude. I'm
well,
fucking.
Yeah, no, like people make other characters and then you can swap the weapons.
Yeah, to your other characters.
Yeah, you just need help. You need help from.
I don't want to respec unless I have to.
No,
you know what I mean. And if I do
to.
respec, it'll just to be like adjust like a little thing in my like. You know what I mean. I'm gonna keep it like a dex build. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like no matter what happens, I'm committed to it.
I'm about to make a second character and do a wretch so I can have all zeros on the stats.
I'm actually
and then make a pure for what'll hopefully be PvP content later.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of role playing that it's like my Sekiro character that somehow has like made it to like a different world or some shit. You know what I mean? Because like I don't know. I liked Sekiro so much, and the world feels like Sekiro. So when I add like a ninja dude in it, it's like almost like Sekiro 2. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm vibing with right now. Like
Drive by
Joe.
Joe. Yeah. Elden Ring does have a new game plus mode. I think it has like a new game plus mode. Like we have a buddy who's on like his third playthrough already. So it's like, and it's just new game plus every time. Like, it gets different every time. Apparently, I don't know how many times it changes. Could be up to like 6 times or something. I don't know.
Oh, I found a different summon too. I don't remember how I found it. Most of the stuff just ends up in my inventory somehow, and then I'm like, oh, that's cool. I don't remember.
Everything's kind of just randomly about anyways.
Oh, dude, and that's another thing. I've been trying to not look up any kind of like spoilers or anything online, so there's lots of random like basic shit that I'm just like finding like because I keep going back to the like starting point and then like walking through all the starting point shit again and like
finding more stuff.
Oh yeah, I still go back to the starting area and find caves that I overlooked and shit like that.
I didn't have a fucking crafting kit in my inventory
for
so
don't.
long, dude. Like, it is the most useful thing like you can possibly have in the whole game. And like, I asked the dude at the fire, and I was like, because I was going through the little options, and one of his like is like recommendation, and he's like, I recommend you get a crafting kit. And the first time he said that, I was like, fuck you, you know. But then I did it again. He's like, I recommend you get a crafting kit, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll get a crafting kit.
I still have not picked mine up from him. I've known about it for a while.
Bro, you gotta get a crafting kit, man. It's a game changer, bro. You can make arrows that way, like, easily.
Don't use arrows.
Oh.
I've had no need for it yet.
Well, you're not Dex, are you?
I'm Dex and Intelligence.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got magic something?
Magic. I'd use a staff in my left hand and a special katana in my right hand.
The Moonblade?
Yeah.
Fucking
bitch.
Cheesing.
Okay, no, but before, whoa, no, because there are much worse cheeses now.
Nah, and then the whole game's a cheese.
Before I even knew about that sword, I already had this build going with Dex and Intelligence because I wanted to be a Spellblade.
Yeah,
that's why I started off with Prisoner, and then Moonveil was just it scales to Dex and Intelligence, and I was like, I'd be stupid not to use this. And now the whole Discord likes to shit on me, even though one of our guys is using the biggest cheese in the fucking game right now.
Two or three of them.
Really?
There's like a bunch of cheeses happening right now because I guess like they didn't foresee this, but
I didn't
like
see abilities playing into other abilities.
yeah, every streamer is grabbing the Moonblade, like every single one of them. I won't even look at it. I don't even know what it looks like. I'm like, fuck that. I'm using my twin blades the whole game.
Look,
like,
I'm not opposed to like using something I find organically, and if it just happens to be overpowered, then then it is what it is.
No, people are like
you know
literally
what I mean?
starting the game and running straight to where the Moonblade is.
Yeah.
No, that's some bullshit. Like I'm not. That's exactly why I'm avoiding shit like that online.
Same.
Like honestly, anything like that. The only thing I would look up if I had to, and I know it's gonna come to this eventually because it did with Sekiro. But like at some point, I'm gonna have to like look up a video of how to like dodge boss patterns and stuff effectively. Like there are people who come up with really creative techniques.
Well, and there's just some that like you cannot take a single hit, and otherwise the whole run is wiped.
You're gonna reach a point where you're gonna have to look up like certain quest lines because if you miss them, it's gone.
It's it. You have to catch it on New Game Plus.
Like, and
yeah, there was one quest I took earlier in the game, and like I have no idea how to complete it. Like I
look it up.
The lady was like, "Take this note to my dad
at
at the castle," and I went to the castle and I fucking just murked everybody in the whole castle. Might have accidentally murked her fucking dad. I don't know.
I still haven't
I
seen
couldn't
him.
find her dad. Yeah, I jumped behind the castle. I even got to this little area that was like almost like impossible to get out of. Like you know what I mean?
I guarantee you, it's not the castle that you went to.
She said specifically, she said the castle to the south. And I went straight to the south, and like, there's no. If you go any further south, it's just water. Like, it has to be that castle. Dude.
That's what you think, bro. This game is fucking annoying. All right, like
it's very cryptic, and it's like hints to what to do next.
Hold on. So I talked to this chick, and she's like, "Oh, well, I need this dagger." Doesn't give any fucking clue as to where you can find this dagger. I had to go Google it. It was like literally at the beginning of the game. Like I had to go all the way back to the beginning of the game, and I've been way the fuck out. I've like almost unlocked the whole map, and like I'm super far away. So I had to go all the way back, go into this place that I somehow never saw, like, and grab this. Like, there's no way you would have just stumbled across this place. And so that was like something I had to Google. I had to figure it out, and then and took it back to her, and it still wasn't enough. Like I had missed like 6 or 7 parts of this quest because I didn't know. Like, like
I'm not getting this talisman that would greatly help my build, all because I didn't know about the fucking quest, and now I'm at a later part in the game where this character that I'm supposed to initiate this whole quest line, which is like, it's not like a, hey, what did you do? No, you have to like go, you have to hear a sound, you have to go to another character across the map.
Blythe?
Talk to, Blade.
But
or
whatever. I almost missed that one too. Like, so you're going to have to Google some stuff if you don't want to miss everything. Like, because I came this close. I was like a step away from like, if I wouldn't have been like, hey, what was that thing that I was going to do the other day? Or like I was going to look into, like Googled it. And it was like, if you go past this part, like you can never get the quest line back. And I was like, oh my fucking goodness, I almost just screwed up my whole fucking game. Like, so.
Yeah, that's how a lot of the stuff in Sekiro is too, and like main quest stuff. Like stuff that'll like alter the ending of the game kind of shit. You know what I mean? But, I'm not too asked about it. I'm just going to kind of, like I said, I'm going through.
Naturally.
I'm actually kind of being like a yes man right now. Pretty much anytime anybody offers me anything, I'm like, hell yeah, son. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh, tarnished. It seems you'd like me to stab you in the leg. And I'm just like,
fuck yeah,
like,
dude.
yeah, dude, lay it in.
Go for it. Go for it.
But, I basically, Elden Ring, a little bit of COD, actually, just to have like a multiplayer break.
Oh, yeah.
I can't.
And then
can't play
I've been playing some Pavlov.
I find myself
some Star Wars
drifting
on.
to the Elden Ring. Like, I like tell myself, because I just bought that Monster Rancher remake because I was just obsessed with Monster Rancher as a kid. So, like, it was going to be my chill game. I'm like, I'm going to play this when I'm just tired of getting wrecked on Elden Ring. But it's like, I'm not tired of getting wrecked yet. And that's like, so everybody keeps saying the cool thing about Elden Ring is you can kind of like veer off and do something else to like level up.
No, you can't, because you get so stuck on trying to do what you're trying to do that you don't want to leave and then come back.
Well, no, I do. I really do, actually. I'll burn off and I'll go. And like, it's cool because like the best part about Elden Ring is like with other Souls games, you end up grinding for runes. Or not runes. In the other games, it's souls, or in Sekiro, it's that. And Bloodborne is that. But either way, you end up grinding. You'll go to the place where you can get the most effective kills the most amount of times and just do a loop over and over again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like this game, it's a lot less like you don't have to do that to like get souls. You can just go explore organically.
Yeah,
and
find
it
a mini
feels
boss or two.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll just get it naturally. I don't know. It's a lot less stressful and a lot less tedious, you know?
Oh, yeah, just because there's so much to see.
Yeah.
Dude, I checked my gameplay or game time. I've been playing for 76 hours, and I still haven't unlocked the entire map. Like,
Damn.
Yeah.
But you're going around doing, like, dungeons and stuff?
I've been doing the story. Like, I just finished the 4th, like, main boss, and then, like, I've done so much side quest shit, though. Like, a lot. Like, I don't even remember half the shit I did. Like, there's just so much. Like, if somebody were to be like, hey, remember this random boss at the beginning of the game? I'd be like, fuck, no, I don't, because I've done like 400 since then.
I'm actually about to go back and flex on that dude on the horse that wrecked me in the beginning of the game.
That's what everybody did.
I didn't ever get him.
Talking about the golden horse or the black horse?
No, the golden horse.
Yeah, the tree sentinel at the very beginning.
Dude, good luck with that shit. That took me a long fucking time. Like, I had to.
I'm a lot stronger now than I was. I feel like I can get him.
So was I, dude. I was like level 30 when I
level 30
beat him.
now. I just got level 30.
A strat that helped me with Tree Sentinel, and you can use it too, is just be on horseback with the Uchikatana.
Yeah, that's what I'm
going
to do. That was my plan.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I don't do the heavies, though, at all, ever.
Yeah, me either. I always do quick
the timing's weird, and I hit that quick over and over again. I can just hit him from both sides, because that's another thing. I'll hit him from, if I do the drag, I end up fucking like getting hit mid-animation from this side or something by some weird fucking thing that flies in. Like, I hate those fucking birds with the knives on there.
Oh my god. It's like,
they make me so mad, dude. Anything that flies pisses me off, dude. Like,
yeah, the camera angles are kind of shoddy in this game, like whenever it comes to that stuff. But like, if you're going Dex, you want to do a bunch of little hits. That way you start bleeding them.
When I do a big hit, the only big hits I do are my fucking unsheath move, and I fucking lay into fools. I'll take like a quarter of Margit took like maybe 7 unsheath power attacks before I fucking kill.
Yeah, the Moonveil's like a one-hit kill for like everything.
It has the unsheath.
It has the unsheath
It's a special unsheath move.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I gotta find this. Hold up. I'm gonna find it organically.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna look it up.
You need some intelligence though for it. Because it also scales.
Oh yeah,
to
my
magic.
guy's not intelligent though.
No, mine's just stupid.
And do you mean like faith or like
okay?
Actual,
So if you're not gonna run any intelligence at all, you need to throw. If you ever find the armament for unsheath, put it on the Uchikatana, and it makes it scale. It's dexterity B for some reason.
The samurai comes with a Uchikatana.
I know.
With unsheath.
So if you find the armament though, you can put a double Ash of War on it for some reason.
Cool.
And if you put the same unsheath Ash of War on the Uchikatana, for some reason it increases the scaling.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it makes it dexterity.
Oh, because the other one, right? It's a blood one. It's not the same.
No, this is just basic unsheath. It took it from like a D or a C dexterity scaling to a B, and then upgrades to like S tier, I think, eventually.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And it's just dexterity, but it's the same exact unsheath move. But you just put it on there, and it changed the scaling.
Does anybody ever do a strength build? Is that like even a thing?
Apparently, this game is too hard to start with a strength build because like it's just too much. Like, but I have seen some people online, like random videos pop up where some dude just ran like all strength, but like basically he's holding like the guts blade and then like another sword, and he like dual wields. And like he does jump attacks, and it knocks like this much health off of fucking bosses. Like they hit him 3 times and kill him. But if he gets hit like once, he's dead.
Yeah, that's a lot how my build is, honestly, because like I do a fuckload of damage, and I'm at like 20 vigor, and my dexterity is like 26 or 28 or something. It's like ridiculous. Like, and then I've got whatever the magic one. I've done like 2 points into magic
or intelligence, or
I think mind, the one that makes your magic bar longer. And I've done like 2 points into endurance, which has made my. But I think maybe 1 more point in endurance, and I don't really need to do much more on that because like I can already roll a fuckload. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can roll a lot in this game, but I put most of mine into endurance and dex. I'm at like 60 dex, and then endurance like 30 or something.
You didn't put any in vigor at all?
And vigor. But, no, health is vigor. I'm at like 30, and then my endurance is like 20 something.
Dude, not having a range backup, I think, would be very inconvenient in Elden Ring. That's why I went Spellblade. I wanted to have the versatility of being able to hit shit with a sword, but if I need to, just clear out ads with
There's
with
an
magic.
option for everybody. Like the bows. I honestly, the bow wasn't very viable until I learned how to craft arrows. Like if you're gonna use a bow in the game, you have to have a crafting kit. Like it is important because like it's just not practical to go to the little guy every time you need to fucking,
My favorite thing is finding like the cookbooks that like expand your crafting.
Oh yeah, dude, they're so worth buying too. If you
every time,
you know?
every time I see one.
My favorite thing to find out in the world is a sacred tear. Like that is the most satisfying shit.
Increase the potions.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You just find like a little tree. It's always in like the rundown castles. Like you always find them at like they're always like in a little tree. Yeah, a little chapel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's like this beautiful like
with a note on it that just says finger butthole like.
Yeah. Good game.
Good game.
We could talk about it forever, but we do need to move on to the topic of the show, which today's topic of the show is celebrity cameos in video games. Which
so I'm not gonna lie, I was like half asleep when I was doing this yesterday, and
I feel like you
look,
said that
it just said cool because I work mornings on Sundays. Okay, look, okay. It just said when we said yesterday we said cameos in games. So some of mine might not just be like celebrities, you know what I mean? It just might be a cameo of some sort.
I have whole
you know
ass.
what I mean?
I have whole ass celebrity cameos, but then also a couple roles that celebrities voiced.
That's what I meant by cameos. Like,
then
I meant the voicing.
I have a bunch of like
actual
like the celebrities who were in the game.
Yeah,
too.
I have some of that. I have some of this, and then I have some like like. I don't know, cameos of a different sort.
We need to have these discussions off the show.
Look,
that's all right.
It doesn't matter.
It's a lot of
it's
content.
GameSpeak podcast. You know what you're getting here. Okay.
All right. Well, since y'all got like giant ass lists, I'm gonna just start.
Yeah, I got 10.
I don't have. I've only got 5. I went for the typical 5.
I probably only got a few that are legit, so I'll go with those.
Okay. So my number 5 is one of a character I don't even know, but I find it really interesting. Is Hayden Panettiere or whatever, however you say her last name, plays Carrie in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh.
Like she's always voiced Carrie.
What?
Yeah, that was like
Panettiere.
Yeah, I didn't know she was it. I thought it was Panettiere.
She also did Until Dawn. She was a main character in that game.
Yeah, but that was obviously her. Like like
yeah,
her,
I'm just
her
saying
face.
she's got like video game acting experience. You
True.
know what I mean?
But the Kingdom Hearts games came way before that.
Oh sure, yeah.
So
I'm just saying.
she was probably like a young
But I mean,
kid.
she's probably done other video game work if you think about it. You know.
True.
Like
I wonder what else. I just find that crazy that it's like a Japanese game. I'm sure obviously she didn't go to Japan to record. It was like in the localization of it, but still it's like a crazy thing.
who else worked on that voice acting wise? Wasn't Troy Baker or somebody involved in that? Like,
he's in everything.
I
would
know,
not be surprised. I don't know any other famous people in it besides probably Troy Baker if he's in it.
Interesting.
But
All right,
Ba-dum.
I'll do one. So in UFC 4, might not be like the most shocking thing, but you can play as the announcer Bruce Buffer, who's like the guy who's at the beginning of every UFC fight. He's like, "It's time, let's run." So you can like be him.
Is he as popular as "Let's get ready to rumble"? Like, is
Probably in this day and age, significantly
He's-
more popular
Really?
than that. Absolutely.
I would say, yeah, or on equal planes now.
Yeah. You're talking about Michael Buffer and
oh, it's the same guy? Like
they're
family?
brothers. Yeah.
What?
hmm But they didn't know this until they were like
They didn't know
40
they were
or
brothers?
something. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's a weird.
Hold on, no.
We're gonna
Hold
need
on,
to-
hold on.
Bruce Buffer came on Joe Rogan's podcast or something the other day, and it was like a.
Hold up. So they were both brothers. They didn't know it. They both ended up as like announcers on fucking fight.
Like
I
the most
think he was-
famous announcers.
I think he was inspired by Michael's success and took.
But
up
didn't know who he
announcing.
was?
No, like they got to know each other eventually, but it was like later in life. It wasn't like when they were kids. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
I thought you meant like they just like had different paths in life, yet they both ended up like one ended up as the boxing guy, and the other one ended up as the UFC guy, and then they met.
just
and they're
happened to like. No,
like,
yeah.
He's like, "Whoa, dude, your last name's Buffer."
No, you got to watch the interview because I'm probably butchering his life story right now. Honestly, like.
Anyways, Devin.
So Emma Stone did a voiceover for a character in Sleeping Dogs.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to see what exact. Amanda Cartwright, you go on a date with her in the game, apparently.
Oh,
That's such
fun.
a random thing.
Yeah,
Like,
Emma Stone. Yeah.
but that game came out back in like 2008, right? 2000? No, it's probably later than that. Like no,
I think it was later
Sleeping
than
Dogs.
that. Yeah, it was not that
It was
long.
2008. It's got to
Something
be
like that. Yeah,
12.
it was
2012.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a good game.
Okay, so she was already super bad famous at that point, probably.
Wow.
I mean, she
yeah.
was definitely getting big because when
Yeah.
did what were some of her bigger movies? Like Zombieland.
Yeah.
That was around that time. Maybe not. But and then y'all only have what, 5 each?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me do another one. Oh, you're probably. So Ariana Grande was apparently a character in a Final Fantasy mobile called Final Fantasy Exvius.
Yeah, I think they had like a skin for like her or whatever, like that you could do. It was like her weird like.
No, it was a whole
Persona
ass
picture.
character apparently with like moves that like she sang with her moves and shit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Such a random
So
thing.
I thought that
That's
one was
so
interesting.
I imagine in like Japanese culture, they look at her as like how they look at idols. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like a
A
pop.
pop idol.
sign,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just like, that would be great. But
Or an American Idol.
oh. Hey.
Sorry.
All right. So next for
sorry.
me, we got Michael Fassbender in Fable 3. He plays King Logan, or who's like your older brother, which I find really crazy because Michael Fassbender is like a renowned like actor.
Yeah.
And he played in one of the worst Fables.
That's the guy. That's the guy who's Magneto, right?
Yeah.
I'm just make sure I'm thinking. Yeah.
He's in like Prometheus. He's in fucking a bunch of stuff.
A lot of cool action movies for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, like, okay. I just thought of one to put on my list. I'm sorry. Is it my turn? I'm gonna go ahead and just add this to the list on the spot because I think it's kind of cool. In Horizon Forbidden West, the game that I've just spent like fucking 70 hours playing, fucking Carrie-Anne Moss is one of the bad guys. She's Trinity from The Matrix. Fucking
Nice.
is like one of the main characters in the game.
Very
So-
cool.
Yeah.
There we go. Celebrity cameo.
Celebrity cameo.
Boom.
God damn you.
Brent, you want to go with
Yeah,
the next
I'll
one?
go another one.
Yeah.
So in Tony Hawk 1 and 2 Remastered, Officer Dick is back, but he's being played by none other than Jack Black.
Yeah.
And
What?
it's got his animations and stuff to match. It's great. They
That's
got
great.
Jack Black like in the game. It's fucking awesome.
There was a lot of cameos in the old Tony Hawk games.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the
so-
underground one where they had like the big group.
Oh,
going
yeah.
Jackass
going
crew.
around the world.
Yeah, totally.
That was tight.
Hell yeah, the good old days.
Man.
So,
Devon?
gotta bring up one of my favorite cameos, the Dinklebot, Peter Dinklage in Destiny. He
Oh,
voiced
yeah.
the.
Oh yeah.
He originally voiced the ghost
It's
in
kind of a
Destiny.
shame he wasn't like the permanent ghost voice, you know?
Well, I was seeing there was a lot of people who didn't like him apparently as the Dinklebot, and then he also became.
I thought he was great.
He also became super famous around that same time with Game of Thrones. He started becoming.
So
He was
too
already
good for-
famous.
I
at that
guarantee
time.
it was. Was he already like big famous
yeah.
by then?
Yeah,
He
because
was
it was
already
like a big
famous.
deal whenever they made him the bot. They were like,
Yeah,
"Oh, we
that's
got Peter Dinklage."
Well,
I think
apparently
it
a
was
lot of people
scheduling,
didn't like it.
apparently,
Yeah,
but
and then
A lot of people can suck my ass.
and then I'll just bust out another one. Apparently, Christina Aguilera, Avril Lavigne, Katy Perry, Cameron Diaz, and Drew Carey all made appearances in The Sims.
which one?
Different-
Like,
Oh,
what
just
did they do?
different
Just like
ones?
And they just pissed themselves. and
So
like,
Drew
left.
Carey, I saw the Drew Carey one. He was in. It was
in
a
the party
party.
one.
Yeah, Party Sims. Yep. And then Christina Aguilera, Avril Lavigne, and Katy Perry were something to do with a singing something other. And then
Drew
Cameron,
Carey at your
Cameron
party.
Diaz, I think it might have just been her likeness, but she had like a model.
It was probably the
put in
early
game.
2000s.
When
Like
Drew Carey was
It
on.
was, yeah, it was. It was older, much older games.
That's awesome.
Drive
yeah.
by Joe says Snoop Dogg's announcer voice on Call of Duty Ghosts.
Oh yeah.
What?
Speaking
even
of
think
Snoop
about that.
I never
Dogg, he's
played
got
Ghost.
a long record of fucking game
Hold up,
appearances.
hold up. I gotta go before we hop into the Snoop Dogg's
Oh,
on
go for it. Go for it.
Okay.
I got plenty though.
Yeah, I know. Steve Carell, he lent his voice to 2 games in the innuendo-heavy Outlaw Sports series. Outlaw Golf and Outlaw Volleyball. In the latter, Corel's announcer jokes about peeing on train tracks and introduces bikini-clad characters such as Summer, a stripper/scientist, working on a cure for pole burn. So that was from Games Radar's description.
And interesting enough, I can't even talk today. So Stephen Colbert was also a voice actor with him. He did they each did one of the types of games. One of them did volleyball and the other one did the tennis.
Goodness.
I could see Stephen Colbert doing that for sure.
Yeah, both of them were involved in those games. It was a weird thing I saw.
That is weird.
It's also from a time that does not exist anymore. You're not going to have a game like that where there's a stripper scientist.
Yeah, they're both just hoping
volleyball.
They don't get canceled for the game they made. Like
for that pole burn.
Thanks to a cameo that GameSpeak Podcast brought to light. They're getting canceled.
I wish we had that much pull.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
Okay, so my other Snoop Dogg cameo comes from True Crime: The Streets of L.A.
Yep.
Where Snoop Dogg is actually a fucking playable character once you collect enough dog tags.
Nah.
Hey, he's actually on our episode picture whenever it goes live.
Oh, hell
like
yeah.
his digital version from the streets of LA.
That's hilarious.
I love that.
I remember that.
So, is this one on yours?
No.
Okay.
Oh wait. Yeah, it is. But just
Okay, well,
we'll
no,
just
I
talk
mean,
about it.
We can talk about it whenever it comes up to yours. So, I compiled one. Call of Duty has had a bunch of cameos.
A lot. Yeah.
And ironically enough, they had Kevin Spacey as a villain in Advanced Warfare. They had Kit Harington, who played Jon Snow, as a villain in Infinite Warfare. And then David Hasselhoff was a playable character for the zombies in Infinite Warfare.
The best one. Oh, I'm sorry.
Huh?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, along with a lot, there's a couple other celebrity cameos, but then they also, Call of Duty also had that trailer that had a fuck ton of celebrities in it, all like fighting each other.
My
There's been a
favorite
lot of
celebrity
celebrity cameos.
cameo with Call of Duty was the fucking Ice Cube in Black Ops 1. He was like part of your squad in the fucking story. Like,
Oh my god.
He was just acting, basically.
yeah,
wow.
he's like part of the team. And then I'm pretty sure he did the like airship inbound on the like whenever you're like in Black Ops 1 or maybe it was Black Ops 2. One of the early Black Ops games, Ice Cube was like the announcer for like the kill streak, kind of thing. Like, and he also did the fucking like he was like an integral part of the story.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure he dies in the game.
No Snoop.
Yeah,
no Ice Cube.
yeah.
Other
Bowman.
rapper.
Bowman was his character.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Wow.
So yeah, not his likeness, but just voiced.
All right.
No, it looked like him too.
Oh, did it really?
It really did. Yeah. No.
Oh, I was pretty, yeah, because he's getting kind of old now.
So my next one is Stephen Merchant, which is actually the writer of the British Office, like of The Office, but he played Wheatley in Portal.
Huh.
So like, yeah, apparently he's also an actor in some stuff, but it's all British stuff, so I wasn't very familiar with it. But the fact that he wrote The Office with that other guy,
I only watch
Ricky
American
Gervais.
shows.
Ricky Gervais. Yeah.
Yeah. Ricky.
Ricky. No, but
All right.
All right, Brett.
In my turn.
Oh.
All right. You got Death Stranding, right? And then you got Conan O'Brien in Death Stranding, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
As well as Norman Reedus, obviously.
Hey, obviously.
It's not even a cameo.
He's like the main character, mate. Yeah.
I didn't even think about putting him
And-
as a cameo.
And Kojima. Kojima makes a cameo in it, like as a.
Hey, you know what's interesting? I'm sorry, this just randomly came to my brain. And whenever you finish Horizon Forbidden West, they like fly you through the credits or whatever, and it's like a credit rolls type thing. And one of the credit panels is a special thank you to Kojima Productions, blah blah blah. And I don't know if they were involved in like the development somehow or something, but they got like a big like
Banner.
yeah.
Maybe they used their engine or something.
I don't know. It was weird.
Or like the Death Stranding engine.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
So Conan O'Brien was also in Halo 4, along with his
Wow.
show host. I can't think of his name. I didn't write this one down, but yeah, he was in Halo. They were like two soldiers guarding some like just standing by some stuff, and you can go up and you can hear some lines from him and shit.
Oh, that's
Oh,
fun.
nice.
Halo 4. Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
so.
it's me.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Um,
Go ahead.
So I got. Oh, dude. So I did not hear this or never would have thought this, but Matthew Perry voiced Benny in Fallout 3 or New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas.
That's cool. Who's Matthew Perry?
Chandler off of Friends.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Chandler.
That's why I don't know.
So yeah, Chandler off of Friends. He voiced Benny on New Vegas.
I was about to say, I know who Benny is.
You should start saying like, "Oh yeah, I love Matthew Perry. He played Benny in New
I
Vegas."
love Benny. He was Matthew Perry in Friends.
Then,
But yeah.
my final one is Liam Neeson is your dad in Fallout 3. Spoilers. No, I'm just kidding. That's not spoilers, but that's obvious. But yeah, that's like the main one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That's just like the pin, like the peak of, celeb cameos in games. It's like what started it. I feel like everybody was like, "Damn, they got Liam Neeson in that shit."
And it lets you live that fantasy that,
Liam Neeson is your dad.
That he's just got that special set of skills.
Man, if you ever get like kidnapped or something,
Yeah,
I
he's
feel like
gonna-
he could get me back.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson's. But anyways,
All right, yeah. So this is where mine kind of goes off the rails a little bit here. So
Whoa, getting crazy.
in Mortal Kombat, this is like a classic one, the Dan Toasty Forden cameo. So like when you do an uppercut in a certain level, I'm pretty sure this is Mortal Kombat 2. He'll pop out of the corner of the screen and he'll be like, Toasty! And like, he was just like a sound designer on the game and threw a little Easter egg in there. But
I thought that was one of the developers.
well, at that time, I'm sure it was like a very small studio. I'm thinking like everybody was integral, but I know his like main.
Yeah, it's like the two dudes. What are their names? What was his name?
Dan Forden.
Yeah, because I know one of the like Noob Saibot or something is
Noob Saibot is the two main developers' names like
backwards
or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
So I guess he wasn't one of them. I always thought that guy was one of the main developers that popped out. So that's some new trivia I'm learning here.
Yeah.
There we go.
So Shaq was a playable character in UFC Undisputed 2010.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, the 2010. And then he also had.
That was like the last one before the UFC games actually got good. Like at some point, the Fight Night team took over, and the UFC games just they became like way better. And that was one of the bad ones. I mean, I don't want to say that was a bad one, but it wasn't nearly as like high quality as the product we have today. Like the evolution has been staggering since they like relaunched it as just UFC, and then UFC 2 and UFC 3 and UFC 4. Like those 4 games, there's like lots of UFC video games that came before them, but like that I feel like is where the real lineage of like the modern UFC games starts. I don't know. Sorry, I don't mean to go down a rabbit hole there, but
and then also Bruce Lee was in one of them.
Bruce Lee is in 3 and 4 in the modern series. Yeah.
He was also in his own game.
Just to be fair, they have a lot of fun cameos in the UFC games. They have Anthony Joshua and
that guy
Tyson Fury, who are both like
Boxers.
big heavyweight champion boxers, and then they have Dana White, who's like the president of the UFC, and then they have
Joe Rogan. No,
yeah, Joe. No, they actually do.
Okay.
Joe Rogan is in it. Yeah.
Yes, Drive By Joe, and Shaq also had his own video game, Shaq Fu,
Oh,
way
yeah.
back in the day,
That
which
classic.
got a remaster.
I know. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, it got a remaster. Was that recent or?
Yeah, it was like a year ago.
Yeah.
Or so.
And then my last two, because I somehow have 3 left. Ricky Gervais and Cat Williams are in GTA 4. If you go to a comedy club and meet a certain protagonist or certain character, you sit down and Ricky Gervais and Cat Williams will go across the stage and do like a whole bit.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Sam L. Jackson voiced a dirty cop in San Andreas.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah.
And then there was a couple different ones in GTA 5, but I didn't put those ones down.
Vice City Stories had Phil Collins, and then and he's like plays a song for the game like on the soundtrack.
Wow, that's awesome.
What?
He's also
Vice City
in it.
Stories was such a hardcore good game, dude. Like for the little device it was on when it launched, like that was such a dope game.
It was pretty dope.
And then my last one, and probably the funniest, is Bill and Hillary Clinton and Al Gore were unlockable characters on NBA Jam Tournament Edition through cheat codes.
That's awesome.
Damn.
So yeah, the at the time president and the vice president and the first lady were characters in NBA Jam.
Bring out the jam.
So
Damn, these days that'd get your game canceled, regardless of what side of the fucking fence you're on.
I
Like,
feel like the Clintons would be better off in like Hitman or something. I don't know.
But yeah, so
I'm gonna get assassinated tonight.
that's it for. Oh wait, unless Brent, you had more.
no, mine, yeah. I'm good. I'm good, yeah.
That's it for the topic of the show. We're gonna not round it out, but jump on over to the People's Chain.
Oh, yes.
Did we have questions today? I did.
I think we had at least
we had
one.
good
Hang on.
one
Let's
last
see.
I looked at it. We had.
Let me check it out.
Yeah, where's all the good questions out there?
I don't know. Probably coming from our listeners.
Yeah.
Just believe. For a
Zero.
second.
No. Yeah.
we
Ever
go.
since we lost the GameSpeak podcast group stream, RV, we gotta get that. I'm gonna get that fixed before next
Yeah.
week. Next week we're coming back with lights. We're gonna have a fucking green screen. We're gonna have.
We say this every week.
No,
yeah.
because I want to order those lights. But yeah, every time. That's the problem with technology, man.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, so we got Aaron Jones here. He's the People's Champion this week.
Oi.
He said, so I've taken a little detour from playing Elden Ring, and I've been blasting through Guardians of the Galaxy since it hit Game Pass. I'm really hooked, and I can't stop playing. Really enjoying the story and gameplay as well. My question kind of touches back on something Brent recently posted about games that feel bogged down with open worlds or side quests and just tell a cohesive story throughout. Do you guys, as a podcast, miss more linear types of games like this? Not everything needs to be massive open world, but games like BioShock, OG Dead Space, etc.
I don't know. It's like it's a very specific. It's like case by case.
I was about to say it's very well, and it's also taste by taste. Because myself growing up, I enjoyed the linear games, but I enjoy open worlds more. I like to explore and do shit in open worlds more than I've enjoyed playing just the more linear games. And then I've also had I'm more of a multiplayer player, like gamer myself.
Yeah.
To
me, I think it is also case by case, but I definitely think in just terms of like, if I'm just looking at like open world games, like I feel like some open world games are just big for the sake of being big.
If it's empty, it's not.
Like Assassin's Creed Odyssey is just too big. Like it's just no reason. Like there's shit all over the map, and like there's stuff to do everywhere, but it's just like too much. You know what I mean? Like Horizon does a good job of giving you a big map that doesn't feel like a chore to like walk around the whole time, and like gives you diverse different environments and like stuff to do throughout. But it's like not all games manage to do that, and a lot of games are just trying to like brag about how big of a map they've made. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. I do think that some games that have come out recently have held my attention more because they're not just trying to make some crazy big open world. Like, I'd rather you have like a condensed world, like, and focus on making the little details more important. You know what I mean? Like Death Note, I think, or Deathloop, I mean, is a great example because like it's only got like 4 areas in the game you can go to, but each area has like a day, an evening, and a nighttime cycle that you can like go through.
It opens in a different dimension.
So it's like different like layers to the same level. Like it makes every area feel like alive as opposed to just having this big dead world. You know what I mean? Like I like prefer the area, like I just want it to feel living. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 is a good example of a game that's massive but still manages to feel alive at every corner. You know what I mean? Like somehow they've managed to put detail into every little nook and cranny. Like
either through wildlife or random folks going down a trail, this and that. Yeah.
And that's my thing is like just don't lose the attention to detail. Once you start making the scope of your project so big that you're losing attention to detail, then that's a problem. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I really think like what you're saying is right. It's about how much they put into each space. So like if you have an open world, you better make fucking sure that every inch of that world has something in it. Like it's not just something to be there, but something to make it feel alive. Like you know, it's like you see something and there should be like correlation to it. Like if you see a dude dead laying on the side of the street in this open world, there better be something like in the background that kind of explains why this person's dead, or like it's like, oh shit, like, you know, like give a story just through the environment type thing.
But also, yeah, and I totally agree with what he's saying about Guardians of the Galaxy, too. Like, that game specifically is a good example of how, like, a linear game can still, like, work in a fun way. It kind of has a Mass Effect kind of vibe with Guardians of the Galaxy. And not just because they're, like, in space on a ship going from area to area. It's like, you know,
choices.
How you direct the team.
Yeah,
and
you
shit,
direct the team, and you like make command where they're gonna go, and you like level up your character, and like things like that can keep like the actual gameplay mechanics can keep a linear game fun. You know what I mean? As long as like the gameplay is there to balance it out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I was just thinking that like what you were saying, like I only like linear games if they're deep, like if there's like some type of deep mechanic that like RPGs. Like I love linear RPGs, like I love KOTOR.
Yeah.
I don't really like Mass Effect, but I like the gameplay
idea,
of Mass Effect games like that. But like linear, like honestly, I liked Left 4 Dead, or not Left 4 Dead. What was
Back 4 Blood?
No. What's the one the Uncharted people made? Last of Us.
Oh yeah.
I like The Last of Us, but like I didn't like The Last of Us. Like I liked it. Like I see why people love it, but for me, I didn't enjoy it that much because I felt so stuck on you have to follow this and like in arbitrary walls that like prevent me from going other places. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel
that's one thing that The Last of Us 2 did a lot better, I think. Personally, is like
made it more open.
Yeah, it puts you in this kind of like open overworld, so like you never really go out of bounds. You just kind of go into the overworld, and like it's not necessarily like an open world, but like it's
open areas,
a big open area where most of it takes place. Like I don't know,
like Zelda, Ocarina of Time, or like Majora's Mask, where it's not open world, but it feels open because of how they do things.
Exactly. That's exactly how Last of Us 2 is kind of like. I feel like that's how they address the issue that you're talking about with Last of Us 1. Because you're right. There are definitely... Last of Us 1 suffers a lot from like the Uncharted 4 effect, I feel like, which is like a great story, great graphics, super cinematic, but like it feels boxed in, like you're saying. Like there's no way to deviate from the path, like even a little bit. And if there is, it's like super obvious. Like the character will be like, maybe we should try that way. You know what I mean? Or
the moment-to-moment gameplay isn't thrilling. You know, like it's more about the story. You care more about the character.
I was going to say it's thrilling if you're like into the fucking, you know, story. Like, and I do think the combat is fun. Like there's a lot going for like the actual like combat itself, you know what I mean? Like that's one of the high points of the series, I feel like, is sneaking around and like the way the enemies react to you and stuff, you know?
Yeah, but I went back and played it way after it came out, so that's probably why I've had like experiences with stuff since then. But like since the game came out. But I think really my problem with it was that I would have much rather just took it in as like a 2-hour movie or something. Like because every time it would go to the action, I'm like just rushing through it so I can get to the next part of the story. I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to fucking know what's happening next. You know, like I get that we're doing this like thing, but every time like a cutscene would come on, I'd be really involved in it, and I normally don't give a fuck about cutscenes, but they just made the cutscenes way better than the actual gameplay, or at least it didn't age well in the first game. But that's how I feel about most linear games, is like where I'm like, you could have just wrote this in a book or something, or you could have just gave me this as like a movie, you know, and it would have saved me some time rather than putting like 30 hours into something where I'm walking down like, you know, like, oh, gotta go this way, gotta go this way, gotta go this way. Unless it's like another one that's really great is Resident Evil. It's not open world, but it's so like focused on making the moment-to-moment gameplay feel like you're moving in an open world. Or like
the thing about Resident Evil that makes it so captivating and also makes it transcend the test of time, like why the PS1 version of Resident Evil is still a totally fun and acceptable game to play, is the fact that every Resident Evil game that matters, and I say that like that emphatically, like excluding 5 and 6, like they're both okay games, but they're not like, you know, the top
They're
tier,
not loved.
all the top tier Resident Evil games are like a giant puzzle.
Yeah.
Like one big intricate puzzle where like you have to find that first pin and make it drop, and then all the pins start dropping. You know what I mean?
You feel smart.
You feel smart, and it's like it's that like.
And it's mystery.
Yeah, it's the mystery, and it's the backtracking, and it's the Metroidvania aspects where it's like, oh, here's that key I needed for that door. I can finally go back and see the mysterious door. But then on your way back, a new enemy drops through the ceiling that you've never seen before. And it's like, you know, they keep it fresh, and they keep it. But, like, it's also, like, the puzzle aspect of it. Like, that really makes you, I think that's what makes it like a classic, you know what I mean?
For sure. But that's what I mean, is like, if you're going to be linear, you got to have something like that. Like, you got to have something to draw me in.
Some substance in between.
Yeah. Something that makes me not feel like I'm enclosed in a space for no reason.
I'm excited for you to play Deathloop. I think you're going to like it whenever it drops on Game Pass. It's linear, but also like
Majora's Mask.
It's a lot like Elden Ring in the sense that you have to like kind of figure out what to do yourself. You know what I mean? Like, there's hints everywhere, and if you're willing to like read the terminals, it's really easy to figure it out. But like, it's not gonna just pop up and be like, okay, here's the thing you do next. Like, you have to like investigate and like find out. You know? I don't know.
I do like that. I like that a lot. Devin, what's your word? Do you like open world?
I said open world more than the linear. I've always been drawn to open world and exploration.
All right. Well, we have answered that question. Thanks so much, Aaron Jones.
Well, thank you, Aaron.
And we are going to round out the show with Brent.
All right, I'm still doing video game drinking games here.
Okay.
I think I'm having too much fun with this. Okay.
Brent's drinking games.
This one is Drink to the Past. Like Link to the Past.
Oh, I gotcha.
You get it? You know what I'm saying?
I gotcha.
So
how are you going to play a drinking game with a single-player game?
Listen,
all
I'm
right.
about to tell you.
This is
This
like
is the
depression.
sad person's
you
drinking
know,
game.
you can play with a friend or something. You never like, you know, hung
I
out with
only,
a homie
I
and
do
like
a
pass
solo
the controller.
campaign, bro. All right.
All right, well, in this situation, you're both hanging out together passing the controller. Okay,
all right.
So you pick a Zelda game,
All
and
right.
you name yourself Drink.
Okay.
And every time you see your name, you do what it says.
Ooh, I like that.
You know what I mean?
That's a good one. That's
Yeah.
a smart one, actually. Like, that's really creative. I feel like you could do that with any old RPG. Like, you
Yeah,
could
but
Pokemon.
specifically with Zelda, they like say your name a lot.
a lot. Yeah.
Pokemon would be a really good one.
You'd
Yeah.
be fucked.
By the time you get out of fucking Pallet Town, you're
Yeah.
just like sloshed.
Fucking Professor Oak. But yeah, well, I hope you guys don't drink too hard by yourselves with Drink to the Past. We're gonna say goodbye. Remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on Twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to submit any questions you want us to read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast. Check out our video content on youtube.com/createforsanity. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle @JafferJamel, Brent at Brent has one, that's the number one, and Devin at Devondrius. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next